Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Let me know in the chat, please. That'd be very useful. Alright. Yeah, sorry guys. Streamlabs, not Streamlabs, OBS just decided to completely remove my audio. Joy! Joy! It's working now. I apologize. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? I've spent the last hour talking with a representative from Beacon Mike trying to fix this. Hopefully that's worked. Hopefully that's worked, but obviously it's had some interaction with OBS and has caused it to forget itself. So there's that. How are we doing? Yeah, thank you, Ben. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. Hope all is well. Yes, Phil, everything is great, man. Proud to say that my raid team has gotten at least one hold every single match this season. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations, buddy. The roster reviews aren't open at the minute. We had somebody donate yesterday, so once I've opened them up and checked some stuff, I will open up the forms and then people can start applying. But I need to do a little bit of things first, like climb in Fleet Arena and do some TW battles, and then we shall start, Amy. Just working on TW now? Good stuff, Chester. A silent film stream. Hey, John, if I could get away with doing a silent film stream, I probably would. Because it would be kind of awesome. I could save my voice. I could save my voice. Your Ray got 9 holds. That's insane. But you also got stuck on Ray. Good business, man. Good business. Buenas tardes, ¿Qué tal? Hey, Arkan. I'm doing good, buddy. How you doing? So yeah, I would very much like to R9 my Ray, but there's just way too much that I need to relic at the moment. It makes me very sad. Makes me a very sad panda that I need to relic 9 so many things. I'm glad you're doing good, Arkan. Glad you're doing good, buddy. Big hits. Good night. Let's go fly a kite. Up to the highest height. Let's gain some turn meter. You should R9 at my rate. Wolfie, I should R9 my raid, dude. Could you help me R9 my raid, please, buddy? Please, buddy. Please, buddy. How you doing, Wolfie? Happy roster review day. How we all doing? How we all doing? I do actually need to update my roster review template to show Padawan Wobi-Wan. Because that's what I need to raise money for, because he's coming in a couple of days. And I would very much like to get him. R9 Scabby Ray, then complain instructions unclear. That would be a horrible thing for us to have as an R9 sub goal, wouldn't it? R9 Scabby Ray. Scabby Ray. Alright, let's put this on auto because I think we should be fine from here. R9 Ray before lock-in. One prep. Now listen. Listen here, you. None of this R9 business. How hard is the Jar Jar event? It's not so much hard as it is a little bit RNG based. All should be clear soon, Johnny. Don't you worry, buddy. Maybe she'd be good for a TB. That's exactly what I just want to have a character at R9 to TB platoon them. God damn. Doop doop doop. Doop doop doop. Over here. Bam bam bam. Bam bam bam. I swear, usually these hard-won battles actually accounted for like fleet or something like that. So am I actually going to have to do hard battles now? In hard mode? Because I don't need anything. Why would I have to do this? Why would I have to do that? Hard battles are mods, but I've done all my... Ah! Is it mod battles? These battles here. Because I did... I've been farming actual mods today. That'll be why. You got £130 sitting around? No. No, not really. No. How do people have the EA app? You sign up for it, buddy. Sign up for it on the forums. And lo and behold, you get a wonderful PC app. It's great. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. And it makes me a very happy chappy. Alright, I need to get my TW battles in. So, let's see. Okay, so first battle is over here. I need to request my team. So let's go into the request, Reba. And Resmi Hardin we're going for. Resmi Hardin, and we were going with Reba. Alright, so I'll be taking on this bad Mama Jamma. We are going with Inquisitorius. Alright, okay, cool. So we're going for a Doubtcron with this over here. Hey, Bodo, we're doing good, buddy. Why do I request tier? Some top tier guild? Ah, problems. Yes, indeed. This is how we do it in our guild. We have to request teams for combat. This is indeed TW, Bodo. This is indeed TW. So, let's see. How do they actually want us to go about doing this? Let's see. Yep, we go culture over here. Oh my god, I just realized I took a 9th over here. That's gonna screw me. That's gonna screw me. Alright, cool. Good business. This is going to be cursed now. Why did I take a 9th? That was silly of me. Alright, back out. Let's not preload that. Let's not preload that.
And the Geos just go, fuck you, motherfucker! And then you die. And the Geos just go,
1 second. We may have some stuff. Hey, Crazy, how you doing, buddy? Good start to TW, very good start. You hit 4 million GP with the Lightspeed bundles that can find you farm conquest characters. Good stuff, Amy. Guys, be on the ready. We may have a brief giveaway. We may have a brief giveaway. So be ready on your toes. It went blip, 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 and died. Indeed, that was what happened to me. Although, like, I don't know what happened to that 8th brother. He just blew up the entire board. It was kind of nuts. That was kind of nuts. 400% offense is no joke. It is indeed, Ethan. It is indeed no joke. How you doing, Crazy, by the way, today? I know you've got your first up for roster review today, mate. So hold on. As soon as we get live with our roster reviews, you should be first up, my friend. Boo-boo-boo-boo-boo. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Just need to sort something out. That's fine. This is what I'm looking for. There we go. Sorry, I was just getting my roster review sheet ready. Getting that roster review sheet ready. Ba 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 ba. Delete all those rows. All right, good business. Good business. Delete that. Good. All right. Subscribe. How you doing, MP? Darth Doormat. Do you know if CG has announced the cadence for when Conquest characters are added to the Legends store? I'm looking. I don't know if they have on that one, Doormat. I'm not entirely sure on that one. I'm sorry to say. No, not an inconvenience at all, mate. Not an inconvenience at all. Like, if you've got to disappear for your dinner, you go for your dinner, come back, just sign off in the chat. Should be able to catch you. Should be able to catch you. All right. Let's get another battle in here real quick. We are going up against a Ray team next. See you in a bit, buddy. No rush, my dude, no rush. Right. Thank you so much for the follow, Elucid. Let's see, we're going... let's get the rebels. And we're taking you and you. Boom. And Red and Jin. Presumably with a Jinkron. Bonus TM. Recovery. And then you go. Alright, cool. Alrighty. Let's have a look. Do a little bit of this. I do love this PC client. I do love this PC client, and if other people are interested in the PC client, I suggest you stay tuned. Stay tuned! I probably should have just placed that on Jin, to be honest, shouldn't I? Has this got the, yeah, cool. So I do need to just hurt everybody below 100% health first. And that's absolutely fine. Whip, whoop, whop, whoop. Eating it. I'm loving the damage so far. Let's go ahead and get that fracture out. Beautiful. Might as well get it back below. Let's try and... Oh, dear me. Okay, well, we definitely got people below the health threshold, I guess. Yup, that'll do it. That'll do it. Just get rid of Ray. Cool in R2. Webbita, whip whoop. Get wrecked, Holdo. Dare you counterattack me, little whippersnapper. And now we play the waiting game. There we go, wait's over. Got him. Alright, cool. Sorry about that, guys. It's just concentrated. Encara Messi, Encara Messi. Love some TW content, don't you just? How relic are my Phoenix, Scribe? My Phoenix are mostly Relic 9, Amy. Mostly Relic 9. Mostly because of sub-goals. We had a bunch of sub-goals for our Phoenix. So, the Phoenix got a lot of love. Let's see now. So, Rex, Kanan, Zeb, Chopper are all Relic 9. Hera is Relic 8. Sabine is R5 and Ezra is R3. It's crazy. Yep, it's crazy, crazy high. All of these were Relic 9 sub-goals on the channel. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy business. Kind of want Sabine up there. Should have gone with Ewoks. Night Fox, get out. Show yourself out. They're just discussing something with a particular community manager right now. Got 3 of them done, then C-Rex released. And then it was, yeah, that's exactly right, Night Fox. I think the first one was Chopper. No, the first one might have been Zeb. It was like Zeb, Kanan, Chopper, and then C-Rex got announced, and he was amazing. And people were like, ah, okay, let's do C-Rex. I was like, cha-ching. Correct, Amy. And then I took Hera from R5 to R8 off my own back because I wanted to use her for the Phoenix combat mission in TB. We are indeed plotting. You pulled a 330 Princess Nisa. Nicely done. Then you had to buy the Ewok pack. Johnny, did you have to buy the Ewok pack, or were you forced at gunpoint by Carthrick? Yeah. I mean, technically I did pay. I did pay. It was just hand-me-down money. It's hand-me-down money. Yay, 10 shards of Royal Guard. Royal Guard of 10 shards. Alright. Cool. So I'm just talking with a manager at the moment, and then we are going to be opening up the roster reviews shortly. I will have a link, everybody. There's going to be a pinned link inside the chat on how to go about asking for a roster review. I've got a new process in place. It's not really new. We used it last time, but it's new for a lot of people. Process in place that helps me organize this sort of stuff, makes it so much easier for me, and that makes me a happy chappy because I like things that make my life easier, not things that make my life harder. That's what she said. Let's go ahead and grab that mod. That's pretty tasty. Alrighty then. Time to build up those Kyrotech again. Alrighty. Gotta get these. Alrighty then. If you were to scribble something, what would I draw? If I were to scribble, probably, because I'm a child, it would be a potato with my face on it. Amy, yes, the non-premium reviews get purged every day. So if you did it yesterday, then it's not going to count because that's unfair to everybody else. It's unfair to everybody else, essentially. Right, okay. Quick and dirty, quick and dirty. I have got links inside of my Discord. I've got links inside of my Discord that has, within my roster review channel, that has got links to a form for you to fill out. The form lets you write down what your ally code is and a little bit of information about your roster. That then feeds into an Excel form for me, so I can just immediately have everybody in chronological order, and we just work through it, okay? Everybody gets 10 minutes. 10 minutes. So, first and foremost, that is... Oh, hold up. Let's try that again, actually. Let's try that again. Roster review form. Boom. So there we go. That's our roster review form. I'm going to go ahead and pin that message. If you would like to have a roster review, please do go ahead and use that form. Nightfox, could you pin that in Twitch chat? It won't let me pin in Twitch chat for some reason. So what it is, you go in there, you fill out the form. If you want to have, if you want to jump the queue, go ahead and head over to the link that's in that form. That will take you over to a PayPal donation. Make a PayPal donation of at least £5, and I will put you onto the priority list, which will then go ahead and get you in line for the new form. Get you in line for the priority list, and we'll all be happy and hunky-dory. Each roster review is going to be 10 minutes long. So I'll have a timer up on the screen that will dictate how much time everybody's got left. That keeps me honest, and it means we can actually get through a bunch of these roster reviews so that people get to have a chance at actually having their roster reviewed, okay? So there will be a timer. You can see it in the bottom right corner showing 10 minutes. I'll go bloop. That 10-minute counter will start counting down. I say bloop, and it's not blooping right now. Why is the countdown timer not working? There we go. See, it'll go bloop like that, you see? And it'll start counting down. All right? This is why it's important for you to fill out the form, guys, and answer the questions there, because I don't tend to do roster reviews. It's more roster advice. I feel that is more valuable to you at home, all right? So I'm going to be going through. I'll be calling out your name. If you don't answer your name quick enough when we're going through this list, I will skip you, and that'll be your own fault, all right? That'll be your own fault. So make sure you fill out that form, and we will be able to get through as many people as possible in that short amount of time. And everybody have a good time, all right? Is that clear? Any questions in the chat? Zymergy, we're just getting started on our roster reviews ever so shortly. So, look, we'll see if you click this here and click this here, we'll be able to see this over here. Look, roster reviews opened or closed or opened or closed. They are open currently, so go ahead, jump into the wonderful form over there that is pinned inside of the chat if you would like to have a roster review. Each roster review will be 10 minutes long. I'm going to be going through in chronological order. Chronological order of all of these roster review requests. If you wish to skip the queue, go ahead and donate through the PayPal donation there. And let me know inside that form if you have done so. Fantastic. You'd like to review, like Indy to review my roster with Dreamies. I see, Rob. That would be a very interesting way to go about it. You finished the form? Good business, Johnny. Thank you so much. So basically what I will have is I have got an actively updating roster review sheet over here. You'll see it here. This is my list of people that are filling out that form. It gives me a timestamp. It gives me your ally codes over here. It gives me your name. And then you tell me a little bit about your roster. How can I help? And then it'll say if you have actually gone through and made a donation. So this one over here was done yesterday. So thank you ever so much. We will be doing this person first, but I believe they are currently away having their dinner. When they come back, we'll get on to them. All right. Cool. Any questions in the chat? Does anybody have any questions? Good business, Amy. Good business. Same here, but I'm at work, so I'm going to cry if I miss it. Sorry, Bezad, buddy. Crystal clear? Good business. Good business. I also need to, before we begin, I need to fix this up here. So let's go ahead and head over to Stream Elements. Stream Elements. And we'll go over to our overlays. Edit this. Tell you what I do need to do as well is I need to actually grab that picture. What is the date today? You need to grab this. Good. Oh, a certain community manager. All right, good business. Good business. So I just need to start a new thingy over here. Yes, I need to start a new thingy over here, and I need to go over here. So guys, what I'm doing right now is I'm just creating a little thing for Obi-Wan over here. Because we need to have a little Obi-Wan in our lives. Boom. Look at that. Isn't he wonderful? Let's go ahead and crop this all the way in. All the way in. All the way down. Boom. Look at that for an Obi-Wan. Look at that for a Moldy-Wan Ben Kenob. So that we can now use that instead of Qui-Gon, because we do not have Qui-Gon. Oh no. It is going to be the Moldy-Wan Ben Kenob. The young variant, obviously. That's what we are using. Obi-Wan. Save. Session data, session data. Save changes. All right, good. Sincerest apologies, everybody. Sincerest apologies. Let's get this.
Tipped £5. Roster review.
Thank you, Bane. Appreciate you. You've been added to the priority list. The priority list has grown. It has grown far deeper than the average picnic basket. All right. Look at him. Isn't he handsome? Hold up. I feel like we need to just expand that ever so slightly. Look at Obi-Wan up there. Look at him just chilling. Just chilling. Okay, good business, guys. Good business. So I have confirmation. I have confirmation. I think we shall be doing a giveaway of sorts. I can't tell you how many, but if you are interested in potentially having access to the PC client, then stay tuned, I guess. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. His lightsaber looks kind of stubby. It's because I've cut off the top of it, but that's fine. That's fine. Do you think Wales will win the Euro? Not even a slight chance, Sop. Get a picture of Pow instead. Johnny. Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. Master Photoshop of the wise. I've spent far too much time in Photoshop. What's a PC client? Indeed, what is a PC client? It is wonderful, Bezad. It is wonderful. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and check these roster reviews and see who is going to be first. So obviously we know that our excuse me, hang on. I know that we've already had a few. There we go. Sorry, I'm just trying to arrange my windows here. It gets a little bit messy. It's a little bit on the messy side. Itty bitty living space. Ally codes are just going all kinds of crazy. Alright. I just need to make sure that I can clearly see our premium reviews. All right, good business. So, Bane, you are a premium roster review individual. You're a premium roster review individual. Okay, I believe that DavQ is currently away on his lunch, so we will come back to DavQ. But first, it is going to be a Bane, which is 365-335-182, I believe. That does not look right. I mean, it might be. That can't be right. That can't be right. That can't be right. 365, 335, 182. 0 galactic power? This doesn't seem right to me. This doesn't seem right to me. Did you put it in wrong, did you, Bane? 364. There we go. 364, 335, 182. All right, this probably makes more sense. There we go, Bane. This looks a lot like you. This looks a lot more like you. It's quite all right, buddy. It's quite all right. All right, sweet. So, I tested in which direction... I tested in which direction you would go in. I have a thick roster and spend semi-regularly. Okay, so you are a 12.687 million account roster. Your roster is much bigger than mine. You can't see the screen? Apologies. Hadn't hit it. All right, cool. So, let's just make sure. There we go. So, you're seeing the direction... What direction I think you should have gone in? To be honest, mate, at 12.6 million, you basically got everything, right? So I'm unsure how I can really bring value to this. Looking at the bottom of your roster, obviously you have nothing that's below Gear 12. The characters that are there, I mean, the only things that I can really say about this is you do have, quite understandably so, quite a few Galactic Republic Jedi that are chilling at Gear 12, but I'm assuming you are ready to pounce on these just in case they are required for the new and upcoming raid on Naboo. And I would highly recommend that you invest in them not straight away until we get the list of the new characters for the new raid. I wouldn't bother investing in these, but when they do come up, you'll probably want to take them to Relic 3, and then we'll see where they're actually useful, because typically speaking, if we look at the speeder bike raid, the worse characters are in standard game modes, the better they are.
And the Geos just go, fuck you, motherfucker, and then you die. And the Geos just go,
nice roster. Nice rooster. Nice rooster indeed. That's a very nice rooster. Yeah, so once we actually get the list of the characters that are coming up for the upcoming raid, it might be worthwhile just to take them a couple of relic levels to see how that's going to work
Anonymous
out. Because
tipped £5.
Well, thank you kindly. And go from there. Raid currency currently is the most valuable game mode right now because it gives us access to those extra relic 8s. I know I'm probably preaching to the choir here. I'm sure you fully understand how this all works, but raids are important. Trying to max that score as soon as possible is very important. Bane has got ads. Oh, my days. Does somebody want to gift a sub over to Bane so he doesn't have to watch ads? That would be very kind of y'all. I'll wait for Bane to come back. Wait for Bane to come back. Only a Gear 12 Cup? I mean, that's far too much gear for Cup, if you ask me. Cup doesn't deserve any gear. Thank you, Carthrick, for gifting a sub over to Bane. That's very kind of you, dude. Appreciate you, my man. So now at least he won't have to go ahead and look at the ads as they come through. Isn't that wonderful? Bane, sound off in chat when you are back. 1 second, just grabbing a drink real quick. Bane, are you back? Are you back? There we go. Bane is back. So all I was saying, Bane, is that you've got a couple of Galactic Republic Jedi there that may be required for the upcoming raid. I'm not saying invest in them now, but be ready to invest in some gear in them when the raid goes live in a couple of months. Something to keep an eye on. Now, what can I say? I suppose I could comment about your Relic 9s. There's no such thing as a bad GL to put Relic 9 on. The worst out of these would be Jedi Master Kenobi. Not that he's the worst GL, he isn't by any stretch of the imagination, but Relic 9 on him doesn't really give as much benefit as the others. However, you have all of them at Relic 9, so well done you. Revan is understandable simply because he's a requirement for Leviathan. CLS is a choice. Do you just really like CLS, or did you do it for platoons in Rise of the Empire? Third sister over here, only the Lonely Omi. Only the Lonely Omi. Relic 9 I can get on board with. I've got a Relic 9 Reaver as well. But did you not want to have some of the other ones? You've gone for the leader. The leader is the most important one. I've skipped Reckless Sweep myself, but I quite like Driven by Revenge. Platoons. Gotcha, Bane. Look at you, man. Good business. Okay. Relicate over here. Jar Jar Binks, congratulations on your Jar Jar Binks, my friend. Very happy to see that. Speed and potency definitely seems to be the way to go. And you've got one of his Ommis active right now. Bane with the double Ommi. I'm going to assume that's on, yeah, Only the Strong will survive and, sorry, not that. Essence of Dominance and Rule of 2. Makes total sense to me. Also, Relic 9, super, super valuable there. Look at his Phoenix. Okay, we'll take a look at the Phoenix. His Phoenix are not as good as mine. You might have about 1 million more GP than me, but my Phoenix are better. Ha! Don't blame you at all. There's no point investing in Phoenix up to the relic levels that I did. All right, let's see. Bosk Relic 9 is a very solid choice. He's a good tank. His ship is phenomenal. So I'm on board with that. You've got the Jedi Knight Cal Ommi. Which one did you go for? Okay, you went for Windmill. Windmill makes sense because that's the one that's going to help with the unlock to the Zepho mission. It's not necessary at all, but it certainly adds additional viability to the team, right? Piet for Fleet makes sense. Gives you a little bit of additional viability and helps close out a couple of counters in GAC and Territory War, so I'm on board with that. Adrad is obviously a requirement. Malgus is not a requirement, but he's a very, very solid GL. GL? He's, well, I mean, maybe not GL. He's not quite Malakos, is he? He's not quite Bane, but he's still a really good R9 because he's a very tanky individual. Again, just the lonely Ommi. Is your approach to GAC Omicrons typically like a little bit on the light side? You tend to get, I mean, generally speaking, with these characters, usually you get like 80% of the viability from that character with just one Ommi. But I can see over here that you've got triple Ommis on Grand Inquisitor. Do you favor TW Ommis? Ommi poor? Aren't we all? Because you got 2 on Malakos, which is great. And you've got the Mace ones. There's a couple more TW Omicrons kicking around in here. Wampa is a solid choice, obviously. CLS Jedi Knight Luke. Just seeing if there are any more R9s kicking around that we can comment on. Just the one on Starkiller. You only need the one, truth be told. I'm assuming Afra's on her lead. Yeah, Afra's on her lead. Bausch. Bausch was a decent one in her time. And yeah, you've definitely got at least a little bit of TW focus. You were TW focused for a long time, then switched guilds, and now you switched to GAC. That's fair, Bane. So you might have quite a bit of leftover TW Ommis that maybe you wouldn't necessarily do these days. Fair enough. But honestly, they're still all really solid choices. You know, you got Treyas, you got Zoris, you got Dashes. Keller and Bex. Loving this. You managed to get your Gungans up to Relic 7 straight away. Sick. Oh, well, okay. So Phalanx and Boomadir haven't quite made it. I'm assuming you're taking them up one at a time to Relic 7. Is that it? I'm doing the same thing. I think mine are 6s across the board right now. I think I can take 1 to 7. But I'm just holding off because I know that we've got the Secrets and Shadows event going live tomorrow, and I'd kind of like to throw some relic levels on my Night Sisters if need be. Let's keep on having a look through here. 1 on Trench over there. Yeah, definitely seeing the TW Ommis picking through. Seer Junda is a very, very solid Ommi to have as well. Keller and Bex is just phenomenal. Like, I'd recommend that one for everyone. I know it's a TW Ommi, but it's such a good Omicron. All the others will get 8 for the raid. That's exactly what I'm doing, Bane. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking them up 1 at a time each, going 7, then 8 for the raid, because we know they're going to be so, so good for the raid. And apparently so is Master Qui-Gon Jinn and Padawan Obi-Wan. They say they're going to be good for the raid, but I plan on getting those guys up as well. So all good business. Let's actually get this guy up here as well, because he deserves to be here too. All right, cool. So what are we looking at? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Mara Jade, really, really phenomenal Omicron as well. Makes her, if you've got Juhani as well, which I'm assuming you've got Juhani at minimum Relic 5 with her Ommi as well, they make such a great pair. Zam Wessel's Ommi has kind of dropped off a little bit, but still very, very good. I mean, we could look at your fleets as well, but I'm pretty sure you're just going to have everything. Yeah, everything. We could probably disseminate on individual ships around, oh, maybe we could have a couple more relic levels on Poe, or maybe we could have a couple more relic levels on Marauder or something like that, but I think we'd really be splitting hairs at that point. The Gauntlet Starfighter, I mean, these guys are worth a little bit more investment, something to think about, but honestly, right now, all I would really be looking at for your roster is just, what have we got that might be used in the new raid? Let's hoard a bunch of relic mats, signal data, that sort of stuff, so that we can take so many units up to relic 8 straight away. How your seppies looking? 8, 8, 7, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, 5, 7, 7. Yeah, I mean, your seppies looking pretty solid, to be honest. We can assume that Stap is definitely going to be a requirement in this new raid. I would probably assume Droidica B1, maybe B2. I was thinking Newt Gunray is going to be a requirement as well. Not a requirement, you know, one of the Separatist characters that we can use. So there's going to be some space here, I feel, for you to apply additional relic levels. I don't think that we'll be using the Geonosians. I reckon Trench might happen just because CG is going to be trying to push people to invest in this character because he's just got a bad rap. Right? He's just got a bad rap. But other than that, I don't think that we're going to get any Jedi that are not Galactic Republic for this raid. I think all the Jedi that we get for this raid is going to be Galactic Republic Jedi. So there's going to be a bit of a bleed there, I think. Trench on the bench, you know it. Hey Ninja, how you doing? How are you doing? All right, okay. The time has ran out, Bane. Do you have any questions for me, buddy? That's really loud.
Farms Taro 5 tipped £5.
Thank you kindly. Any final words there, Bane? I mean, apart from the fact that your roster is incredibly solid, you've got some really good armies going. Here for the support? Ah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support, buddy. Really do appreciate your support. Right, let's head up onto our list once again. So, Bane, thank you so much, dude. Really, really appreciate your support. Awesome looking at your roster, dude. We have had two further ones. So we've got Mojo and we have got Atlas. Mojo is up first on our premium reviews, and then it's going to be Atlas. So let's grab Mojo. Mojo, you in the chat, dude? Yes, sir. Okay, so Mojo, you want me to just take a look at your roster? Nothing in particular? You don't want any advice with anything? You don't want any... Holy crap! Holy moly, you don't need my advice. This guy's just big penis swinging it into the chat like, hey, check out me and my 14 millions. Woohoo! Baby, baby, this is a big boy roster right here. All right, let's kick this business off. All right, Mojo. Mojo's coming in with the mojo, if you know what I mean. 14.2 million. Now I feel small. I feel minuscule. 14.2 million. We have to see what's at the bottom of this roster. The lowest GP character is an R7 Thuggy. And he's got 6 E-mods. Of course he does. But the big question is, how are the Ewoks? How are the Ewoks indeed? I can imagine the Ewoks are trashed here. Absolute garbage. Or they're all at least Relic 7. With a couple of them at R8, probably done exclusively for the Speeder Bike raid. I would take it. Hey, peace out, Arcan, dude. Always good having you in here, buddy. Let's see the Phoenix, actually. We've got to compare Phoenix. We've got to compare Phoenix with Mojo, all right? I mean, I've got more Relic 9. I mean, you haven't got any Relic 9 Phoenix. I have 4 Relic 9 Phoenix, but yours are all R8, and that makes me feel sad because I wish mine were all R8. So I'm jealous. And can we... Yeah, we'll check the Geos in a minute. Can we band together as a community to right the injustice that Chopper does not have a Zeta? I think we need to have a word. We need to really push home the fact that Chopper, the little murderous war criminal droid that he is, does not have a Zeta, and it is absolutely unacceptable. Because this guy is responsible for the deaths of thousands. He needs a Zeta. He needs a Zeta. Poor Chop. Hell, give him an Omicron. Give him an Omicron and we'll call it quits, alright? It's war crime time. Please don't get me cancelled for that. So oh, my Geos. Holy moly. Moly, moly, moly. Well. This guy Geos Don't you think? Do you think this guy Geos? All R9 with the Poggle Omi as well. I bet this is an absolute nightmare in TW, especially currently with the Separatist Datacrons that we've got. Do you place these on defense in TW, bud? I imagine you do, but I would hope that if any Geos get holds, that the full R9 Geos, you know, with the Omicron and the Datacron, get some holds. Obviously, you've got full 6E modding. 2 and 8, 100k. I mean, that is a lot of stats. With the Spycron, yeah, absolutely. Spycron, I think he generates extra turn meter or something like that? I can't remember. Let's actually check your Spycron. Where's the spy? Where's the spy? All right, stacking stats. Yeah, so better hope you don't kill any of the I wonder if that counts for the summon. Oh, only the first time they die, of course, I would assume. But if it does, that's kind of nasty. Target lock, and then when he attacks out of turn, they all recover 20% health and protection. Oh. 20% health and protection already with the health equalization on Geos. That's gross. That is gross. It's not just Spy though, is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, it's just Spy. But that's still good because, like I said, the team health equalizes. So if he's recovering 20% health and protection every single time he attacks out of turn as well, that's just bumping up that health equalization all the time. Gross, man. That is disgusting. Disgusting. All right, what other niche factions should we look at? Maybe we should look at Rogue One. Obviously, Adrad is going to be R9 and everybody else is basically R8. You've even got Bodhi Rook at R7 with the Zeta. God damn. I bet you had some fun with the Chirrutcron. Oh, you've got the Cassian Omi. Mojo, how does this operate? Is it actually any good? Because it's a little unclear to me if this is actually any good or if it's just straight up trash. In Rise of the Empire, he disguises himself as a modified version of Magma Trooper. Like, is that useful? Does it actually change his abilities? It's really good. You use it in all phases of TB. I tell you what, dude, if you could record some footage of that for me and send it to me, that would be really, really cool. Because I have no idea what it does. He hits hard. Nice. So what does it actually do? Start a battle. If all allies are Rogue One, takes a bonus turn to disguise himself as an enemy character until the end of battle. While he's disguised, he retains his unique ability and alignment and is part of the Rogue One faction, in addition to his disguises alignment and faction. Does that mean you'll be gaining some of the benefits of the TB characters? At the start of each encounter, all rebel allies gain defense up, potency up, and tenacity up for 3 turns. That's all nice. Whenever Cassian uses ability, he gains 12% turn meter for each debuffed enemy. He inflicts ability block and buff immunity for 1 turn and defense down and heal immunity for 2 turns on the target enemy. And K2SO is called to assist, dealing 97.8% more damage. I like it. One of your most consistent teams on Braca. Nice. Hey Rod, how you doing? How's Brazil doing today? That's awesome, dude. I'd love to see some footage of that. Wow, you've just got all of the Omis on this Rogue One team. Let's check out Tuskens. No. Oh, we'll check out Wookiees in a sec too. Tuskens, I mean, after the Geos, this is a little disappointing. I was expecting full R9 Tuskens, but no. Couple of R8s. Obviously, all of the Omis under the sun. And a pair of R7s. I bet they're good when the Datacrons are around as well. Wookiees! You'll work on them. Yeah, exactly. Those Tuskens. Nobody knows what they actually do, but they're lacking. They're lacking and slacking. You know what I mean? All right. So we got a Tarful Omi. What is the Tarful Omi? I don't even know. Does that make me a bad individual? It's a TW Omi. Okay, fine. Yeah, it seems irritating. So Tarful Omi. Obviously, Santi is a GAC one for the Huckard. Oh, and gives him extra protection or something like that. Something like that. Chewie. I mean, yeah, these are okay as well. How easy is the combat mission on? Is it Kashyyyk for the Wookiees? Do I do Stream Raiders? No. What's that, Ninja? You're one to talk about Tuskens. Amy, my Tuskens are phenomenal. I don't know who told you otherwise, but my Tuskens are absolutely pucker. Full auto. Just go in and... I mean, that's the dream, right? That's the dream. To just be able to do that on every single battle. I mean, I do it with Cartel. Because they're really, really easy. Okay. Where do you put for a roster review? There should be a linked... there's a link in the chat. Pinned, sweet. There's a link there to a Google form that you fill out. All right. What faction should we check? Oh, Jawas. Come on, we got to check out the Jawa Juice. The Jawa Juice, all of them are R7. Did you try this in the actual Crate Dragon raid? Because I heard really bad things about Jawas for that raid. Like, even at high relic investments, they still were not great. Was that just a load of bluster? Loving the army on Chief Ned, by the way. Oh, my days. Dispel all buffs on that enemy. For every buff dispelled, the enemy is inflicted with a thermal detonator for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, prevented, or resisted. That's quite nice. Go up against buff-heavy teams. Take it against Adrad. Whenever an enemy takes damage from thermal detonator, Jawa allies recover 5% health and protection, gain 5% turn meter, 50% chance the enemy is inflicted with another thermal detonator for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled. Funny. They were terrible. Oh, Mojo, mate. That must have been disappointing. You're like, yep, we got some kick-ass Jawas over here and they suck. Weren't they also used in, they were used in Challenge Tier Rancor. There was like a really small period of time in P1 of the Challenge Tier Rancor where people were using Jawas with Ray. Jawas with Ray to get like 12% damage or something in the phase 1 of the Crankle. And that soon disappeared because people found out that Slacker can basically solo phase 1. I think JMK Cat could as well. One day we'll get a GL Jawa. Imperial Remnant then. Oh, all R8, couple of R9. Oh, why the R9 Scout? What's the reasoning for the R9 Scout, dude? I get R9 Dark Moff Trooper. Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, because he's incredibly chonky. But why the Scout? I mean, I'm not judging. She's a decent unit. Dark Trooper is still R8. For the raid, you don't need R9 for the raid. Do it at R8, can't you? I mean, this Omni hurts my soul. Like, if there was one Omni I could ever refund, it would be this one. You're trying to squeeze more out of her for the raid, and it did nothing. That's fair, Mojo. That's fair. Like, this Omni just annoys me to my very core. I hate it. Would that make anti-Womps in 3s better? I mean, Scout should almost always guarantee anti-Womper anyway. Like, a team comp with Scout versus Womper should have, like, such a low success rate for Womper anyway. All right. So we've run out of time here, Mojo, but is there anything you want to flex before we go ahead and disappear? No, DTMG is TW Ommies, Amy. So everybody, once again, if you'd like to have a roster review, there is a link pinned inside of the chat. You click on that, you follow that link through, fill out that form. If you are going to donate to get on the priority list, make sure you say that you have donated in there. I will, of course, cross-reference to make sure you have. But, you know, if you don't say it, I might not catch you and you might miss your priority review, okay? So make sure you say yes there. Fill out your details correctly, of course, and keep an ear out. Run his mod score. All right. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. C3PO. Let's go mod score. Mod score, ally code. What was the ally code? Boop. Let's see. Place your bets, guys. What do you think the mod score is going to be? What do you think the mod score is going to be? 14.2 mil account. What's a mod? Indeed. Ah, never mind. Mojo's already said it in the chat. Mojo's already said it in the chat. So, yeah, there you go. 7.98 is the mod score within hot utils. 7.98 for a 14 mil GP account is still incredibly impressive. You know? 12.4 says Tiger. Jesus, Tiger. I don't know many people with a 12.4 mod score. So yeah, hats off to you, Mojo. That's an insane account, dude. That's an insane account. Thanks for letting us have a look, and thank you so much for the donation. Very much appreciate you, my man. All right, Atlas is next. Atlas, are you in the chat, dude? You spent too much on the game. Ah, you'll be all right. Farmstar, are you Atlas? Are you, buddy? Okay, so you're unlocking Bow on Friday and you're farming Jedi Knight Cal. Do you want my advice on where to go next, or what would you like from me? This is Atlas. 10.8 million accounts. So you're coming up basically to where I am. All right, cool. So you're about to unlock Bow. Congratulations, by the way. She's a phenomenal, phenomenal character. You'll have only a little bit of her Datacron left over to run with, but hopefully you have it. Just where to go and what to put up in relics. No problem at all. No problem at all. Okay, cool. So at 10.8 million, you get into that point, really, where you'll have basically everything, right? So you've got all your GLs, which is great to see. Some of the relic levels are definitely a little on the low side. That is what I would say. Characters like JML really, really benefit from being an R9. Jabba the Hutt definitely wants to be sort of R7, R8, you know? That sort of range, just to really get the benefit out of the character and to get that ancillary benefit of when you're going through Rise of the Empire, right? You've been lacking on relicking Jabba? Yeah, it happens. It's easy to get caught up in must chase the latest thing, must get all these teams up to relegate, must go, you know, all this sort of business. But ultimately, GLs are still the best characters and the best teams in the game. So you want to make sure that you try and get that investment when you can, yeah? It's on your to-do list. Good. Happy to hear it. Happy to hear it. Okay, so you're farming for Jedi Knight Cal Kestis. Now, he should be going permanent to the Journey Guide, like, soon. He's coming back very, very shortly, so I don't know if you're actually ready right now. Your Cal is more than ready. Your Seer isn't quite ready. Tarful, not quite ready on the gear. Merrin. Same for Merrin, and then Saw. Yeah, so it's just gear for you. You've got all the shards. It's just the gear that you're missing right now. You won't be ready? No. But it'll be curious to see if CG decides to make Jedi Knight Cal fully available in the Journey Guide when he comes back now. Because usually it's 1 year afterwards, right? But they also said it's after 3 appearances in the Journey Guide as well. So I don't know. I don't know. They might do it and they might just say, oh, you know what? It's only going to be a month away. Let's go ahead and just, you know, push him in straight away. You can't even buy enough Kairos for him? That's fair. That's fair. Like, either way, it's not going to be a long time before he's going to be permanently in the Journey Guide anyway. So you're not really missing out on that much of a time frame. You know, you're talking 1, maybe 2 TBs before you could theoretically unlock him. So it's not the biggest deal in the world, if you ask me. All right. As for where you should go next, honestly, I can't imagine we've got much more time before the Gungans, before the new raid is active. We've already got Boss Nasp farmable free to play. You should definitely be farming his shards. And I think as soon as the rest of the characters, Tarpals should be next, I believe, become farmable. I imagine Tarpals will actually be farmable when we get Padawan Obi-Wan this week on Thursday. As soon as these guys come farmable, farm the hell out of their shards, get ready for Jar Jar as soon as possible. We know he's going to be on a 3-monthly cadence. You do not want to miss him the next time he comes back and lose that opportunity for his viability in the upcoming raid. So this is my first recommendation. As soon as you've got your Jedi Knight Cal sorted, sort out your Gungans as soon as possible. Okay, you want to be farming these characters super, super hard so that you can immediately start getting benefit from the new raid when it drops. You don't want to miss that first return of Jar Jar and then miss the opportunity to use him in the raid. Less so for the viability in PvP. I'm sure he is actually very good from what I've seen. I haven't had a chance to use him just yet, but this is where I believe your focus should certainly be. Just checking chat right now. Calavent has a week, so you might... He might, but he says he's done the math. posted the Rogue One video with Cassian on me in Discord. Hey, cheers, Mojo. Cheers, Mojo. We'll check that out. So yeah, this is definitely tip number 1. Get this sorted. At some point, you also definitely want to get that Jabba sorted as well. Let's quickly check your fleet. I want to make sure that this is okay. Not having that 7-star profundity is absolutely fine. Profundity operates really well before 7 stars, so this isn't a big deal. I like that you got Relic 9 on the exec, of course, but we are missing the Leviathan. So why is it that we don't have Leviathan? Is it just a case of missing relic levels, or is it just a case of it's just been too much? You've farmed up a heck of a lot of characters, don't have the extra capacity to start relic 9ing your Sith Empire. It could be the case, but generally speaking, that's probably one of the biggest gaps in your roster. Not having Leviathan can be a bit of a pain. When you choose to fit that in is you haven't wanted to invest Signal. That's totally fine, Farm. It is a huge investment. Taking 2 characters to Relic 9, they're good characters, but I wouldn't necessarily want a Relic 9 Darth Revan. Relic 9 Malak is actually really, really nice. It's a solid investment, regardless of the Leviathan farm. But the viability of having that extra fleet in your back pocket is very valuable when it comes to PvP game modes. So if you really do value GAC and Territory Wars, having Leviathan is going to be a boon to your roster. Now, I do believe that you should probably prioritize being ready for the new raid, but it is true that we haven't had confirmation of when that is. It's also true that we should probably expect a new capital ship sometime in the next 6 months. So you could always theoretically skip on Leviathan and get the new ship when that comes out. Although, I would expect that to be just as expensive, if not more expensive than the Leviathan, and there's no guarantees that it's actually going to be far, far superior. You're going to prioritize the new capital ship and the new raid? I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. My priority would still be, number 1 priority is get ready for Jar Jar to come back. Even if you hate the character, don't shoot yourself in the foot just because you hate a character, unless you're just playing the game for fun. So that's definitely where I would recommend we start going. And we are actually out of time. We're out of time, buddy. Do you have any last questions before we move on? You hate Jar Jar, but you're still going to get him? Good man. Cal should be in the journey guide soon. Yep. Quite all right, buddy. Quite all right. It's good, solid roster. Let's check the bottom of your roster. What are we missing? So obviously it's going to be Gungans. Yeah, all this makes sense. I mean, the Stap is another one to keep an eye on. I know it's really hard to sacrifice the energy to farm Stap, but he's almost certainly going to be required in the new raid as well. Yeah, the rest makes sense. Cool. Just like First Order and Resistance. Indeed. You're rushing Stap? Good man, Farm. Good man. Okay, cool. Going on to the next person. The next person. Let me quickly just... bear with me momentarily. Before we move back. Welcome back, Johnny. Okay, good. So that was Atlas, I believe, apart from... You are eating your dinner. Good for you, mate. Hope it was delicious. Apart from David, I think we are now on to free roster reviews, okay? So, once again, anybody that wants to have a roster review, there is a pinned comment inside the chat. That pinned comment will take you over to a Google form. You can fill out that form, join the queue. I will be going through this all in chronological order. If you want to donate and skip that queue, there is a link to the PayPal over there. Just donate a minimum of £5 and that'll get you on the priority listing. Apart from that, we're just going to go through 10-minute roster reviews for everybody. So, Burrito Conductor, you are next. Chili con carne with tortilla chips and melted cheese. It was so good. I love me some chili con carne. Que bueno eres. Burrito Express is in the chat. Okay, so how can I help you today, Burrito? How can I help you today, Clon Burrito? 2.8 million of your GPs. 2.8 million GP coming in hot. You have a menace of a free-to-play account. A menace in which way? I mean, you're pushing for Leviathan. That's kind of nice. Turtle Innis. All right, hold up. Before we go any further, let's make sure. Let's just quickly make sure that we've got this up and rolling. Booyah! All right, cool. So, you have a menace of a free-to-play account. Let's go and check out, see what you got going on over here. Okay, cool. So, definitely pushing... You're just doing a Leviathan rush? Is that right, Burrito? Like, you're a nutcase. Like, that Malgus, how did you get Malgus? Not 4 million. Malgus is a Proving Grounds character. I'm confused. I don't even know how you managed to do this. How did you manage that? Proving Grounds you need to be at least 4 million GP to do, doesn't it? Conquest Shop. Ah, okay. Okay. Yes, you are certifiably insane. You are certifiably insane. So you're doing a Leviathan rush. Well, he says he's free to play, Death Helm. That's what confused me. You did it twice. Well, he couldn't have got it during Conquest. Because not enough GP to do it for Conquest. But the Conquest shop, that's impressive. So I'm guessing, what was that? Crystal purchases or something then? That's kind of nuts, dude. I've never seen someone try to do a Leviathan rush quite like this. Crystals from the shop. Malgus came back for a long time. Gotcha. All right then. Your Twitch chat informs me that I have to use English, but you're speaking Welsh. Janus, I do sometimes speak Welsh. That is absolutely true. Not the Conquest shop, the main shop. What is it, like weekly shipments or something like that? Weekly shipments. That's insane, dude. That is insane. Do you actually have his ship as well, then? Yeah, the Fury Class Interceptor. That's all done. So, that's just nuts, dude. That is nuts. You are, like, why would you put yourself through this pain? Why would you put this through your... Like, why would you put yourself through such pain? Because 2 Relic 9s... like suboptimal Relic 9s, I would say, to start going for to get Leviathan, which is still, it's a decent ship. It's a very good ship. You know, it probably is the best ship in the game right now. It's the best fleet in the game right now, I should say. But the time it'll take to get there, you could have done like Executor in half the time. I'm not poo-pooing on your idea. I just think you're nuts. I think you're nuts, mate. In the lower GAC, Malgus on defense with Yomi, most players cannot kill. I like it. Consistent crystal income from Fleet Arena until the GL ship comes, though. Well, yeah, but the thing is Leviathan is also a fleet that you really have to get to 7 stars. It works at 4 stars and 5 stars and 6 stars, but most of its power is locked behind 7 stars. So even when he unlocks it, you still got to spend a bunch of crystals trying to get those stars up. A Malak rush, and then Malgus came out and Leviathan, it turned into a rush. Oh, fair enough. So it was a happy coincidence. Happy coincidence. Malak is a great character. Malak is a really, really great character. Where are you going to go from here? You've done Leviathan. Where are you going to dovetail into? Because it doesn't give you a whole... Like, anything else that you do from now will feel like a breeze, to be honest. Because the Leviathan rush is going to be slow and painful. So after that, you really should start getting some, like, other stuff. Hell, you could even go from a Leviathan rush into an Executor rush into getting C into get, you know, like, yeah, the new PC client is sick, dude. Hold up. Did somebody say Salty Omicron? Why have you got the Salty on me? Like, there are some choices on this account. There are some choices on this account. Starkiller cleanup, some team I already have. Yeah, that's fair. Like honestly, I'm totally on board with going Starkiller after this. Get Starkiller. Why not? Lean into the crazy. Lean into the crazy. You ally help with how small your account is? Yeah. Definitely go for Star Killer after this because it will be fun. You know, go Star Killer, get Executor, get C, do some crazy stuff. Add one of my alts. Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of nutty, man. It's just kind of nutty. Like the Ommis as well. Darth Talon over here. I'm guessing you're pairing it with Traya. The T3M4 at gear 12 with the double Zeta. Wow. Some choices were made. Some choices were definitely made. I mean, you've kind of got like half a CLS team running. You've got some Jedi. I mean, I'm guessing this was just so you could unlock Malak. But wow, dude. Wow. Like, I'm kind of speechless. I've not seen an account quite like this one. T3 is a good 2 Zeta tune, in your opinion? You're a weird one, Cannoli. I'm not saying that T3's Zetas are bad. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there's got to be better Zetas that you could do. I'm thinking for sure to round off a Jedi Knight Revan team. A Jedi Knight Revan team? I mean, you could. You could. Like, honestly, I'd probably go someone like GMY, GK, so at least that you'll be able to go into the Galactic Republic fleet over there. You know, like, you can do Jolee, but he's not really required for anything, unfortunately. It's just kind of what it is. You know, not required beyond any more that he's already got. I would definitely try to, after getting Leviathan, I would definitely look to try and focus on either getting some legendaries or some galactic legends into your account. I would probably focus on the ones that you can get a little bit quicker. I know, like, you're probably staying free to play. If you've done all this free to play, it's kind of like a, you know, badge of honor type thing. So I definitely try to look to lean into the benefit of that fleet, you know? Lean into the fact that you've got one really, really strong fleet. You should probably try and get the negotiator up. I would definitely try to push for something like Executor. If you want to get Star Killer, be my guest. It's a lot harder to run Star Killer from a rush when you don't have the roster to support him. Because, you know, you need to have Emperor Palpatine, which, by the looks of things, we don't really have up and running. I mean, he's there, sure, but it's not really up and running. You want someone like Mara Jade at 7 stars. That's great. I mean, then you'd want to have some sort of Jedi tank. You don't really have anything. You could run Obi-Wan. You could run Juhani.
Oh, that was a big crunch, little bit.
Hey, crazy, you're back, buddy. We'll get you
that
right
was
after
a
this roster, dude.
big crunch,
Thanks so
little
much
bit.
for the biddies, man. So for your online Force users, you will have to use one dark side. So you can use like Kylo Ren, I guess. You could. Actually, hold on. Online Force users, you'll need a light side online Force user. Not dark side because you've got Mara Jade. Ignore me. That's Malakos. So you can run CLS, but you don't want to break up that extra team. You'll need a light side one. And you have nothing really to think of. So it's like, it gets a little bit awkward to try and run a full Star Killer team. The best one to run in that team is, of course, Visas Ma, but she's not really widely useful outside of that. So it's kind of like it's a bit of a sacrifice again, you know? Your choices haven't been made yet. That's fair, Burrito. Like, generally speaking, if you've got a good capital ship and you can stay at the top of Fleet Arena, that's great. Jabba is the most valuable GL in the game right now. Pushing for him is massively beneficial to your roster development overall, and it's not a crazy, crazy hard farm. Probably feels quite easy, to be honest, after the Leviathan. But you still want to be trying to look to get the rest of those fleets up. You want your Executive, you want your Profundity, sooner rather than later. Just make sure that all of your farms are geared towards top-end power. That's my recommendation. You got Visas married Zeta? Yes. Just wanted to know that I am Master 7 on here. I submitted a review like 2 weeks ago. Matza, the reviews cleanse off every day, mate. Unless it's a premium review, it gets cleansed every day. I don't come into these and refresh and ask, 1,200 people if they're still live for a review. So make sure you just follow the link again and put your name down, yeah? You've got a really fast Revan. Let's check him out. Darth Revan, I assume? Loving all that 6A mods. Let's have a look. 331 is pretty fast. It's pretty fast. This is really not bad, especially for your GP bracket as well. 228. 2.28, sorry. I think, or 2.8. Can't remember. 2 point something 8. 331 is decently fast, yeah. That will definitely do you the business. Under Amalgus team, you've got the triple Omni rocking on over as well, and it looks like you got all the Zetas. Do you use Sith Empire Trooper, Sith Assassin, or Marauder as your last 5th for this? It's a premium. It was a premium? Huh. 2 weeks ago you did a premium review. That wasn't on my list. Give me your details, buddy. Can you send me a DM with your details and I'll have to check through Twitch. I don't know why... PayPal, sorry. I don't know why that might have gotten missed off. I'll have to... Because I'm very, very sorry if that's happened, dude. Very, very sorry. Yeah, if you slide into my DMs, either on Discord or I suppose you could do it through Twitch as well, maybe. Give me your details and I'll check that for you. I'm really sorry if that's happened, dude. Yes, very interesting account. Very interesting account. Use Savage and Assassin in squad. Okay, well, I'd advise... if you're running... Like, you should try and run full Sith Empire. So you should go, like, Amalgus Lead, Malak, Revan, Bastila Shan. You can use Sith Assassin as your 5th. Honestly, Savage is really, really good, but he's good enough that you don't want to try and consolidate all that power in a roster your size. You want to try and split that up. So you could throw him with Traya, potentially, to up the power there. Talon, Traya, Savage, Nihilus, Scion, that sort of team is really, really good. Or alternatively, you could probably use a Savage solo to kill things like CLS teams, provided they don't have loads of relic levels, yeah? Cool. So just whilst we are waiting, we are going to be doing another roster review. I just wanted to see this video over here. This is the video of Cassian's TB Omicron active. That's actually really cool. Transforms into a magma trooper. This is on Bracker, I take it. Running the Chase setup. Big hits. I mean, I'm waiting for him to take another turn. So far, he's not taking any turns. Yeah, it says TB Omicron. Okay. I mean, he's pretty chunky to survive that hit. See the phase 1 or phase 3? Thank you, Janice. April 9th, sent it to you via Discord. Gotcha. Thank you, buddy. I'll check it out now. I'm really sorry if that was the case, dude. We will get to you. We will get to you. I'm very, very sorry, mate. That death mark is huge. Wow, yeah. That death mark is huge. And look at them. They're all just fully healed. Let's actually change the speed on this. Let's just go 2 times speed. Boop. I mean, it looks really, really clean. I never use Adrad. I never use Adrad in TB. Well, actually, that's a lie. I sometimes use Adrad with Leia. So do we use the Hope here? We do. Ooh, he got absolutely wrecked there. God damn. I'm supposing you can still revive him, though. Here's hoping. Here it comes. Booyah. Oh, lovely. It's good recovery. Then you get the Terminate. Huge. I mean, I would definitely be squeaky bumming. Squeaky bum time with that one. Yeah, that death mark is so useful, isn't it? Just such a game changer. Ooh. Stormtrooper is nasty, man. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Okay, so crazy. We need to do your roster review. Let me quickly just check this this DM over here. Thank you kindly, Matza. Yeah, I can see you there, buddy. I can see you there. Okay, yeah, so Matza, I'm very, very sorry. Can you follow that link, put in your details, and put yourself down as a premium roster review, and we'll get you done right after Crazy, okay? Is that all right? Death March is huge on Bracker as well. This team which I run with Pow and K2 is a solid rote team. Yeah. Absolutely, Burrito. We'll absolutely run your mod school. One second. We'll get that done. Mod score, ally code, boom de boom de boom. Here we go, Mr. Burrito Man. Sing me a song, you're the Burrito Man. Sing me a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody. You've got us feeling alright. La-di-da-da-di-da. Alright, so you've got a mod score of 1.39, which isn't too bad considering. Free-to-play account, relatively early account still. So yeah, not bad. Roster reviews are completely free, Eric. They are. You just need to sign up through the link above. It goes by chronological order, and anybody who makes a donation through PayPal gets on a priority list and gets to go ahead, okay? So, but other than that, there's no obligation to pay whatsoever. Cool. Yep, good work, Clone Burrito. I still think you are certifiably insane for the approach that you're taking. All right, crazy, we're doing you. We're doing you, crazy. You're crazy. Let's get your ally code a rocking. It's a rocking and a rolling and a rolling and a rocking tonight. Dav Q, Dav to Q. So we've got 5.8 million GP. Crazy, don't you worry, buddy. Don't you worry, buddy. So, what legendary, your questions here are, what legendaries do you go for next? Gas, etc., JML, etc., etc. What GL do I go for next after Slacker? And what Zetas? Also, what key characters are missing to boost your roster? Okay, good business. Thank you, Dave. So, neither is Scribes, and he's 11.5 million. Night Fox, get out. Get out, go on, get out. Oh, hang on. Before we begin, allow us to restart the timer. Okay, cool. So you're working on Slacker right now. I can see that you've got Ray over here. I'm assuming that there's been a couple of Lightspeed bundle purchases and that you're probably finding yourself a little bit strapped thin on Zeta mats. So it's going to be a little bit difficult for you. First and foremost, yes, absolutely, go ahead, finish off your Slacker. You definitely want to make sure, though, that you relic up your Ray. Get her up there, get her to a minimum of relic 7. Same thing for your Slacker. You do not want to spend that money to get these characters, these GLs, which are top tier units in the game. They're literally the best 8 characters in the game, these GLs. You don't want to unlock them and then let them languish like this, okay? Now, I know you probably just don't have the gear and that sort of business, and that's perfectly understandable, and you're probably short on Zeta mats, and you're probably short on relic data, and all that. Totally understand it. Just make sure you set aside the time to get those up. That being said, once you have finished that, once you have got that done, and your characters are relics, your GLs are relics, and they've got all their relic levels and stuff like that, that's when you start to focus on the new stuff, okay? So, for Ray in particular, you want to try and make sure that you've got Zori. Zori does not go with Ray, but Zori will go with the supporting cast. Finn lead with Zori, and you throw in with the Bag Bros is a really, really solid team to have. Gives you extra viability, extra depth, extra team in GAC. Right now, it's very, very good with the current Datacron set. Okay, so if there's one character you want to invest in, just one, make it Zori. You've already got the gear on her. You've got a Zeta on her. She will want her army down the line, so put one aside for her just like that and get those last 2 stars, all right? That's the first thing that I would do. Now, I'm assuming, considering that this is most likely like a Lightspeed bundle account, that your ship game isn't massive? Yeah, so we haven't got anything like no Executor, no Leviathan, no Profundity. Totally understandable. But this is going to be the weakest part of your roster right now, right? You're going to be having 3 GLs very, very shortly. That's plenty of ground depth. Slacker is a great offensive GL. Ray is a great defensive GL. C is a great offensive GL. You've got some viability there. You can put Slacker on defense, but I wouldn't recommend it. You've got some good depth there, good viability for the ground game. However, your fleet game is suffering, right? Hey, Thrawny, how you doing today, buddy? How would you know that Slacker is good? I've had Slacker for ages, Bazinga. Like nearly a year. I'm basically a Slacker expert. I am a first order connoisseur, you might say. You might say, I don't slack on Slacker. All right? I know the business, all right? So, trust my mods to rip the piss out of me, right? Get damn. So, yeah, your fleet game is where your weakness is right now, because without having fleets such as Executor or Leviathan or Profundity, you're going to have a hard time in GAC once you get to a certain point. I didn't actually check to see what league and division you were in, but if you really want to keep on pushing, keep climbing, or even climb in Fleet Arena and start earning some daily crystals, you're going to want to invest in a good fleet, all right? Now, the easiest one to get in through the door is going to be Executor. You have C already, so I imagine you've got at least some of the requirements already penciled out. I did throw in a yeah. Carbonite 3 gang! You had a 6-month break? That's fair, dude. That's fair. So yeah, 100% recommend that you start pushing for either Executor or Leviathan. They're the easier ones to farm. Whichever one you want to go for, just push hard for it. There are pros and cons. Executor is a little bit easier than Profundity and gives you maybe a hair bit more investment-wise, whereas the Profundity operates better at low stars. So with the Executor, you'll kind of want to at least go to 5 stars to get the extra reinforcement. With the Profundity, you can kind of operate it at 4 stars and it'll operate to, you know, most of its capabilities regardless. So those are your kind of options. Other than that, they're both incredibly valuable fleets. You can't really go wrong with either of them. Is it true that Slacker got his name because it took his... That's absolutely true, Jar Jar. Absolutely true, 100%. Slacker is known as Slacker because I took several years to get him. Got literally everything else before I got Slacker. So, there it is. There it is. So, yeah. I would also actually recommend that you get Negotiator to 7-star before you do Malevolence, but you've already kind of invested down here. So, I mean, yeah, just keep going, I guess. Fleet game is important. Make sure you focus on that fleet game. Now, when it comes to what should be your next GL, keep in mind that before you start pushing for more GLs, you need a capital ship first. Go get your Executor or Profundity. Do that first, yeah? Then we think about next GLs. Next GL is kind of writes itself for you. You want Jabba. You want Jabba, mate. Jabba. Why do you want Jabba? Because he's a big fat-ass slug, all right? No, Jabba is just the most valuable GL to get in general. All right, it gives you access to Smuggler's Run 2, which is going to give you a massive boost in your modding capabilities. And if you are buying Lightspeed bundles and stuff like this, like if we were to check Ewoks, for example, okay, you didn't buy that one. Let's see, did you get any of the Night Sister bundles? Looks like you picked up the Night Sister bundle. I don't know if you picked up like Galactic Republic ones. No, we didn't pick up any of the Galactic Republic ones. So you just picked up the Night Sister ones, or did you also pick up the Geo one? Yeah, Geo one as well. So the more Lightspeed bundles that you pick up, the faster it accelerates your roster GP. But you're not exactly getting a boatload of Zeta mats. You're not getting a bunch of mods either, right? So it's going to make your modding game incredibly difficult to keep on top of, which is why it's so important to get someone like Jabba, okay? Jabba getting access to Smuggler's Run 2 means you're going to have masses of modding capabilities. Like Smuggler's Run 2 feels like it turns up like 3 times a month almost, and it gives you 60 micro attenuators each time. It's incredibly easy to do, and it gives you a massively viable PvP team, both defensively and offensively, and a great TB team. It's all wins, all wins. Plus, you've already got Ray and Slacker and C. So, you've already got GLs, you're doing well. Go ahead, push forward, get Jabba, then do JML, but first get Executor or Profundity or both. Alright? That's the long and short of it, okay? So I'm just checking, Crazy. Just checking that I just like info dumped on you there. Are you following me? Do you have any questions? Oh, Essex, you're kicking me in the nuts, dude. Kicking me in the absolute nuts there, mate. Essex is fully aware that when I was farming Slacker, I got Slacker unlocked 2 days before the very first Lightspeed bundles ever came out. And it makes me sad. It makes me so very, very sad. So we're just checking here for Crazy. Sound off in chat so I know you're still awake. I need to know that you're awake. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Thank you, Desi. Desi, snarf, snarf. Do you think my Stap would hit Harbor if you put WD-40 on its mods? Definitely. Nothing moves faster than a greased Stap. I have it on good authority. Know what I mean? Check his wogs. You trying to get me cancelled, Amy? Where's the Ross review sign up? It should be in the linked, pinned in the chat. Pinned in the chat, Henretez. There's a Google form pinned in the chat. Just go ahead, follow that form through. You'll be able to sign up, give me your ally code, or ask you some questions. It'll let me know if you're doing a premium Ross review or not, and we go from there. All right. I can't call it that, Amy. I will get cancelled. I cannot call in that. The Ewoks, the Woks with a K, they are far more invested than they ever need to be. This is a perfect level of investment for Ewoks. I mean, the only exception is, of course, when you actually eventually push for GL layer, then you'll need to have an R7 Nisa and, was it R3 Wicket and Chirper, I want to say. So, yeah. Gotta get that Scout to R9. Absolutely flipping not. Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. WD-40, all of the things. Crazy. What about your 501st? Let me check out the 501st. Sorry, for some reason your chat wasn't pulling through there. Let's go ahead and grab it. Hey, Marky, how you doing today, buddy? So, 501st. You've got pretty good investment here in the 501st. I'm guessing you're just not ready for the gas event itself. Did you choose not to invest in like the gas bundles or any of that business because price, like you just don't have the appetite to spend an extra $25 or whatever it happens to be to get like the Padme pack and be ready? Is that what the thing was? You can see Cubs is online. Really? Marky, Cubs is online? Yeah, no, like crazy. Honestly, dude, I would not recommend people just start throwing money at this game just because Lightspeed bundles are here. Always operate and always play this game based on what you can afford. If you do not have the money to buy Lightspeed bundles, you do not put yourself out to afford it, okay? Don't do that. Play within your means, all right? So this is fine. You can push for gas, but unfortunately you're going to need a little bit of investment to go that way, and I don't necessarily think it's massively worth it for you right now. I feel like right now your pressing need is to finish off your Galactic Legends and then go ahead and get a capital ship, because without a capital ship, your fleet game is going to be hard. Expensive? The Gungans are. They're very expensive. Henrites, there's a pinned comment inside the chat that'll take you to the sign up. I'll do the mod score thing, crazy, yeah. Like we're out of time right now, but we will do your mod score. Mod score, ally code. Let's go. Let's see how you are looking over here. Boop. And over here. Okay, cool. So your mod score is 2.74, which is not too terrible, especially if you've been Lightspeed bundling, which we know you've had a couple of the Lightspeed bundles. 2.74 is perfectly fine. Just make sure you constantly work on reinforcing those mods, yeah? Triple refresh that mod energy when you can. Check that mod store. I mean, I imagine the mod store is probably a little bit pricey for you. I imagine you've got a little bit of a credit crunch situation going on. So don't worry too much about that, but try to prioritize that mods. Like I said, Jabba really helps with this. Yeah, Jabba really, really helps with this. Yeah, Amy. Yeah, I don't know if it was a...
And the Geos just go...
thing?
Fuck you, motherfucker! And then you die.
Thank you, crazy. Appreciate
it. And the Geos just go...
Action Kid? Are you alright there, mate? Night Fox, do you want to deal with Action Kid? It's It's got some issues, I think. So yeah, thank you, Crazy. Absolutely. In my opinion, what you want to be doing is focus your GLs down, yeah? Your Ray, your Slacker, get them sorted, get those Zetas on there. When you get a little bit of breathing space, go ahead, get your Zori up, get that army on her, then think about your first capital ship. Should be Executor or Profundity. I'm probably leaning more towards Executor because it's a shorter farm period. If you want then, Jabber is your next GL. If you want to do a sidetrack and get gas, you probably could. You've already got investment into your clones. It'll help you negotiate a fleet. It's all good business, right? So you can dip and get gas if you want, but make sure you start working on Jabber after that. Cool, dude. No, I wouldn't call this roster terrible in the slightest, mate. Don't put yourself down. There's nothing terrible about this roster. Nothing terrible about this roster. You've got a lot of relic levels coming in here. You know, you got Zetas where they count. You've got GL. Like I said, your one real weakness is the lack of a GL capital ship. That's the real problem with this account right now. And that's a perfectly fixable issue, you know? Perfectly fixable issue. We look at Empire. You got an R7 over here. Yeah, you just needs a little bit of that loving. Just a little bit of that loving and you'll be looking good, mate. It'll look a heck of a lot better once you get that Empire capital ship. Once you've got your Slacker unlocked and your Ray geared up, this thing is going to transform in the next 500,000 GP or so. All right? So good business, Crazy Dude. Good business. What's my current mod score? That's a good question, Andre. I'm not sure. I think it's around 6.7 right now. Let me check that for you. Let me check that. Just got to check that. I could have sworn I had a Hot Utils page open here somewhere. Guess not. Down, 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 diddle-oo. Bow, 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 down. Alright. So, here we go. My mod score at the moment is 6.62. 6.62. Not phenomenal, but decent enough. 6.62 is okay. I would prefer it to be a little bit higher, obviously. I'd prefer it to be pushing like 7.5, 8, 9. But that's hard to do, especially when I keep on wailing. I keep wailing on stuff like Gungans, man. I keep wailing on Gungans, and that drops my mod score because I keep on gaining like 100,000 GP and then makes it harder to keep up with mods. But always work on your mods. Alrighty then. So, we should have Matza. Matza, you still in the chat, dude? Calling out to Matza. Okay, good. Right. Let's close that one down. Matza, you're getting your roster review 2 weeks too late. Very, very sorry about this. Did you go through the form and fill out a new one? And just check. Yeah. Oh, no, that's Master Luke. Matza, there we go. I see you, buddy. I got you. I got you, babe. Matza is next in our list. Let's just make sure. Dijon S, is that your name in game, Matza? I was wondering if I should work on Gungans. That's too late now. Now, please, just something in general about mods or something like that. No problem at all, Matza. Okay, so this is indeed Matza. Let's reset the clock. Boom. Let's take a look at you. 11.3, so you're around about where I am. I think I'm 11.4, 11.5, somewhere there or thereabouts. So your roster and my roster, it should be about the same sort of position, right? Cool. Let's go ahead and check. I want to see, did you actually choose to invest in Gungans? You did. I'm so proud of you, buddy. My answer would have been yes, farm the Gungans. So, good job on being a mind reader. Good job, buddy. Hey, Boris, how you doing today? So, congratulations on your Jar Jar unlock. Very happy for you. You are now prepared, kind of, for the new raid. So, I would say, I think you're missing a Zeta on the Gungan Bombardier, but is he also the one that's currently, his Zeta is bugged? So, maybe eventually it'll get fixed. Why does he need a roster review? He has almost everything. Hey, we were checking out a 14 million roster earlier, Johnny. So everybody likes a roster review. Everyone likes a roster review. Okay, so yeah, first and foremost, great job on unlocking Jar Jar Binks. That must have been good for you. So let's take a high-level look. The first thing that shouts out to me is the fact that your Jedi Master Luke is not Relic 9. For shame. For shame, Matza. Testing for Darth Jar Jar is solid. Yeah, I've heard he's doing great stuff. So, get your JML to Relic 9 would be my first thing. Like, you're selling your JML short here. If he's not Relic 9, you're missing like 50k protection. 50k protection is like 30,000 damage every assist. It's a lot of damage. Omicron Trench beats most raised in TW. Omicron Trench is great. He's a really, really solid character. Let's take a look. The rest of them is okay. Obviously, the C being at Relic 7 is just a little hair short. We could check out some modding. Let's check out the modding on your Rey. You've gone for offense and health. Health, offense, speed. Let's see where we've landed. 180k, 524. I'm not entirely sold on the Rey's modding. It feels like the offense is decent. The offense is decent. The speed is decent. The health is probably a hair on the low side. I feel like you should probably shifty around your mods just a little bit on this. You can keep Rey around the speed, but if you had closer to 220,000 health at Relic 8, and honestly, like 11.5 is okay, I guess. 11.5 is okay, Relic 8. If it was Relic 9, reaching that 12k would be great. So I think your offense is okay. Speed is decent enough, but the health I'm feeling is just a little bit rough. That Rey at R9 doesn't even break 200k. Yep, indeed. I realized that I'm close to unlocking a layer within 9 months with... Yeah, good business. I was free to play until the Gungans, but the prequel is my weakness. Matza, absolutely, dude. Like, you don't need to justify your spending to me, my friend. Everybody has got their own soft spot for the game, right? So I'm glad that you could enjoy unlocking your Gungans. Okay, yeah. So the Rey modding is okay. I would like to see just a hair more health on her, but otherwise decent. How are you modding your Slacker? You've gone for an offense. You messed up your Slacker's mods. He's not got a full set. Not got a full set. You've got 3 offense mods, 1 crit damage, 1 crit chance, and 1 health. Have a look at your Slacker mods, dude. That'll be step number 1. You've gone for 542. 542 is relatively decent speed. Health is okay. The offense is fine. The damage on him is okay, granted. But realistically speaking, this health to me feels low. The speed could obviously be higher, but it doesn't need to be. I personally advocate Calvin's way of modding Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, which is just bulk. Get like 180, 190,000 health at Relic 8 and you'll be laughing. You changed your GLs around for the Jar Jar event. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. So, but either way, like just swapping one of these to get another offense mod would, it would give you more offense. Personally, I don't believe that Slacker needs that much offense. I prefer to have bulk on him, but it's not the only way to mod him. Okay, C. C is a health fiend, I hope. Good. Health and health. Potency. Health. Let's see, where you rocking? Well, this isn't too bad, to be honest. Again, the closer you can get to 200k health on C, the better off. 485 is fine. C doesn't need a boatload of speed. This is fine, in my opinion. Again, potency, I'm not sure how much value potency actually brings this C. Because, like, his basic, when he ults, I'm pretty sure that the shock can't be resisted. Inflict shock, which can't be... Oh, it can be resisted. Okay, well, ignore me. Ignore me. What do I know? What do I know? Tell the guy to change his mods before GAC login. Change mods before GAC login. I think you've got, like, 10 minutes. I think you got 10 minutes. Yeah, I guess I've never had to worry about that landing. C's got pretty decent base potency at 100%. Does he actually gain any more through that? No, that's only max health. How about his leadership? Yeah, 30% additional potency. Unless you're coming... Like, it would have to be a very specific scenario where you need more than 130% potency on a character to land that shock to make it valuable. I imagine that's niche use. I would probably still say I'd push for health over the potency there. That's just based on how I run it. Ask me how I know how. Is it because you couldn't get through something? All jet. He survives decently with 120k-ish hit points. Why would you do 180k hit points? So you can do really fun stuff like, you know, solo Ray. That sort of thing. Obviously not in the current setup if they're going for that Raver setup, but... survivability... The thing is survivability on Slacker just gives you more options, more likelihood to actually win the fight. Offense doesn't offer that much because he ramps so quickly and so heavily thanks to his siphon mechanic that as long as he survives, you always win. So, all right, cool. Loving the Jedi Knight Cal. Got the double Omni over there on Bo-Katan, triple Omni over here on Talon Malik Goes Nuts. Let's actually just flip this on back and reverse it. What are we actually missing here? This looks very similar to mine, except I've got an R7 Han Solo, don't ask. Stap is one that you might want to... I don't know if you're actually farming the shards for Stap right now, Matza, but you might want to consider it, not because like investing into a GG team is great and everything like that. He does bring a lot of viability, especially with the current Datacron set, but more so because I feel like Stap is almost certainly going to be a requirement for the new raid. Stupid sticky taunt. You like giving Slacker a high health steal DC? Makes sense, yep. Put him on halt during the Gungans. Makes total sense, dude. This killed me, man. Like... I was wailing for the Gungans and I had quite a decent stock of signal data. So I was able to get all of them to R5 without losing all my signal data. But I was farming him at the same time and I was just like, I'm going to have no signal data for Jar Jar when I get him. Fortunately, the double drop event came round and we got like 46 shards of Stap after blowing through our load of hoarded Cantina energy. And then I was able to just farm signal data straight away. So that was huge and we managed to get Jar Jar to Relic 9, which was nice. But I get you, man. I totally get you. Did I see what? What? Bazinga? Did I see what? Sorry, just... Oh, sorry. Janus. Janus said he's logging off. Hey, Halsey. Please remove it from roster. Oh, yep. Thank you, Janus. Appreciate you. Gotta get that IGN. No, like, honestly, this is a very sensible sort of low end for where you're at. The lacking of Queel is interesting, though. No Queel, but you do have IG-11 at least somewhat geared up. So just something to keep in mind, really, is the... And this is the same for me. There's a large amount of Galactic Republic Jedi over here that have no investment. Outside of their stars and their levels. So don't be surprised if the new raid comes round and one or more of these is going to be required at high relics. Keep that in mind. I like to use Hot Utils and their Swigger events, no, swigger.gg gearing page to keep track of that, to see what gear I need and to farm that up. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm in sort of gear hoard mode right now. So maybe you want to think about doing that as well. Cool. Now I'm kind of curious. Ah, good man. Now you're missing the Omni on Zori. You might want to consider getting that Omni on there because you have the rest of the business. You've even got the Rose Tico Omicron. You need that Zori Omni. Come on, Matza, get that Rose Tico Zori Omni on there to go with your Rose Tico. What's the roster review line looking like? Let me have a quick look for you. So, it's relatively long right about now. We have got... Booyah. Let me just have a look. Just trying to get these to count off. I'd say we got about 20-ish in the queue right now. Good stuff, Matza. Good stuff, mate. But other than that, you've got a solid account, dude. I'm happy with the position you're in. You're basically the same place as I am right now. Your mod game is pretty good. Happy to see that. And yeah, just enter into that horde mode. Maybe investigate those Gungans up a little bit. You'd be good. Yeah, all good, Halsey. I'm loving the PC client, Dino. Loving the PC client. Good business. Good business. Where are you in the queue? I will have a look now, Amy. So, boom. Here is our queue right now. I don't think we've had anybody else come through with a premium. So the next person, we've done Burrito. Unstoppable is next, then Castro, then Sterling, then Kevin, then Bezard, then Johnny, then Amy. There you are. Boom. So we have done Bezard. Unstoppable, you in the chat, buddy? The PC client is awesome. I love it. Unstoppable. Alrighty, let's get you going, brother. What is this about? Get rid of that. My finger slipped before the gag lock in. What did you do, Night Fox? If you took your Ray to R9, I'ma slap you. I'ma slap you. What did you do? Did you do? If you took Ray to R9, I hate you so much. Can't. I'm shy. No, I can't do that. I can't. I really want to, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I need too many relic levels for other characters right now. You're bad influence, Night Fox. Naughty. Naughty Night Fox. Naughty. All right. Cool. So, Unstoppable. Unstoppable is next. Let's get Unstoppable up here. I hate you, Night Fox. 5.5 mil. This is Unstoppable. I'm unpossible right now. I'm going to get a drink before we go on. I'm getting a little bit hot and a little bit dry-throated. So give me a moment. All right. All right. I'm always a bit... Oh, Desi. 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 You. Shucks. Sading Grogu, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the tribe, buddy. Hello there. Okay, so, Unstoppable. Unstoppable. What were you saying about your roster, good sir? How can we help Unstoppable today? So Unstoppable says, mostly Lightspeed bundles, but I tried to do my best. Right now, all hands on deck for the exec and then Jabber afterwards. All right, cool. Let us start the proverbial clock then. Here we go. So our boy Unstoppable is chilling at 5.5 million galactic power. Let's see what we're working with over here. We have got 1 and 2 GLs at the 5.5 million. Looks like a little bit of a Lightspeed bundle loving going on here. Starkiller as well, perhaps the Starkiller loving. Did we also get the likes of Night Sisters? No, negatory on the Night Sisters. What about the Genosians? Yes, we got the Geopack. What about the Ewokes? No, good man, Unstoppable. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Although, that's a lot of investment in your Ewoks. Okay, cool. So, Galactic Republic. Did we actually buy one of the gas packs? Ooh. Yes, you bought the gas pack, I think. Yeah, because you've got, like, Plo at Relic 3, and there's no way you had Plo at Relic 3. So, the gas pack was indeed purchased. Great purchase, my friend. Great purchase, because that was going to give you a wonderful 7-star negotiator. Good business, man. Good stuff. Okay, cool. So you're full hands on deck to get the exec, which is perfect. I think that is the best thing for you to do right now. And then you're pushing into Jabba the Hutt. My advice for you to do right now is to do the executor and get Jabba the Hutt. Follow me for more tips and tricks. No, absolutely right. Getting executor so that you can get your very first GL capital ship is 100% the play. That's going to help you climb into Squad Arena, Fleet Arena, and that's going to get you daily crystal payout. Jabber is then going to be feeding into mods. So yes, yes, and yes again for that, Mr. Unstoppable. I like the approach. That is good business. Dino Trooper, get out of here. I will ban you. How very dare you. Very dare you. Okay. Good business. I'm seeing a Jedi Knight Revan over here. What's the story behind the Jedi Knight Revan, good sir? Do we have Darth Revan? Do we have Malak? We do not. Interesting. Interesting. That's okay. I don't actually recommend that you go down that route and start getting Malak and Malgus, and I certainly don't recommend that you use this time right now to start pushing for the Leviathan. Once you've finished off Exec and Jabba, that's when you really need to start thinking about how do you diversify your roster further. Personally, if you've watched me for any length of time, Unstoppable, and I know you have, I am very much a fan and a proponent of going for top-heavy rosters. So, Exec and Jabba. Jabba has a bit of crossover there with JML. A little bit of crossover with JML, so I would highly recommend you consider going for JML. JML and Profundity also play nicely together, just because there's a little bit of Rebel Fighter synergy going on for those two farms. So I would say, after you finish Jabba, you pick one of either Profundity and JML, and you push for that, okay? Both of them are fantastic units, and both will benefit you in the long and short term. Excuse me. I want a review just to get him to stare at my R9 Night Fox. I hate you so much. So much! Ewoks are a good shout too. Maybe... Night Fox, nobody is jealous of your R7 Scout. I collect off Leia, Hermit, Yoda as well. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Okay. So yeah, I'll let you choose which way you want to go. JML or Profundity after you finish your Jabba farm. Ultimately, you want to do one or the other, and both, right? After you've got your Profundity, you can choose to start pushing for Leviathan, but I imagine by that point, we've probably got an inkling of what's going to be the next capital ship, all right?
Alex Havoc / James Trick tipped £5 roster.
Thank you, Havoc. Thank you, buddy. I was wondering for a minute if it was Dino there that was going to start talking about Ewoks. Okay, so yeah, you want both eventually. I don't think you need to go for Leviathan after you've done Profundity, but by that point we will have an idea of what the new capital ship is going to be, and I would recommend taking a look at that before we start looking at the third capital ship. All right? Are you missing any Omis, any crucial Zetas? We will take a look for you, my sir. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate the support there for the Padawan Obi-Wan Fund. Very much appreciate you. I'm not sure how far along did we actually get so far. We are currently sat at £30, so we've bought the marquee pack. We've got the marquee pack for our Padawan Obi-Wan. Isn't that wonderful? Back over here. Nobody's jealous of the R7 Scout. Don't encourage them. Don't encourage these Ewok-loving fiends. We've got no time for this. Okay, so any missing Ommis, the first place to always check is going to be Zori. You've got the Zori Ommi, that's fantastic. You don't necessarily need to have stuff like the Rose Tico Ommi. I think it adds a certain element of viability to the team, but I certainly feel it's more late game than it is early or mid game. So don't worry about that. Let's just have a scan through here. I mean, we're missing a Zeta on crew. The Scarred Zeta, it's quite nice, to be honest, but whether or not it's massively viable for you right now is a completely separate matter. Missing 2 Zetas on your GLs. Is it on basic? Yeah. It's okay to hold off on the basic on Rey. Press the advantage. I mean, you do want to kind of finish off Slackers ones, in my opinion. Rey, all of Rey's are good, but again, not massively important right now. You've got Finn's lead. That's the important part. Starkiller works perfectly fine with 1 Omicron, let alone 2. So I'm assuming you've got... Yeah, there's much conflict in you. That's the important Ommi. Dash Rendar's Omicron is really good, but only if you've also invested in Vandor Chewie. Vandfor Chewie. Yeah, we don't have no Vandors. No Vandors, so it's perfectly acceptable. You don't need to worry about this. C-3PO's got a pair of Zetas. Yeah, you can afford to skip them for now. I mean, this is part of the problem with the CLS faction. CLS is a really, really solid faction, but it is incredibly Zeta heavy for that team to work. So stuff like missing Chewbacca's Zeta hurts the team quite a bit. And your 3PO and Chewie is not quite up to snuff. Obviously, you're missing 1 on CLS. You've got what binds all things, though, so that's the most important one. You've got IBAT, you've got Hands Shoots first, but I think it's the... Is it Loyal Friend Zeta? That's the really useful one. I can't remember which one it is, but Chewie Zetas are really, really good. So if you were going to focus some Zetas potentially there, but I'd finish the GLs off first. Hey, Storm. Every Tuesday, buddy. Is the Obi-Wan Fund also the Ross Review priority? Yeah, so basically, just to clear this up, whenever anybody donates direct cash through that PayPal link, it goes towards the Obi-Wan Fund. All right? Now, obviously, this is not a special marquee, so it's like, realistically speaking, we're not going to be able to 7-star Obi-Wan unless we get incredibly lucky on the whale packs. But hey, I promise anything that goes in there, we will go towards the Obi-Wan Fund. So yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. So, let's see. You've got the Captain Rex Ommi. That's good to see. Keep on going, baby. Hey, Pappy Derby. Thank you so much for the $10 there. £10, sorry, through Super Chat. Really appreciate that, dude. That's incredibly generous, man. Thank you. Oh, mate, thank you so kindly. That's so kind of you. Thank you, Derby. I'll put that towards the the fund there once YouTube takes their 30% cut. But yeah, thank you, buddy. Why does C-3PO have 5 uniques? He's just a really unique individual. Okay, let's keep on looking here. I want to see if you're missing any. I mean, you got the Poggle one. That's quite nice. I mean, Ben has got a Zeta, I believe, on his Taunt. It's useful, but it's probably not a priority for you right now. 5s as Zetas are really, really valuable, but only really if you've got a full 501st squad. You can worry about 5s later. You can worry about 5s later. Now, I'm assuming you're going to get gas because you picked up the gas bundle, so you must be more or less ready for gas, right, buddy? Yeah, more or less ready. So, this is one of the only problems that I have with it right now. Nice. Good business. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for the donation there. That goes straight over there to the Obi-Wan Fund. Okay, so this is the only problem that I have with the gas packs right now. Pushing for gas is a really, really long endeavor, unless you buy these Lightspeed bundles. But even after all that, you still need to invest in your 501st. It's painful, man. It's painful. So you also need to get Arc Trooper. And Arc Trooper, I think, is a conquest. Conquest is a Cantina character. So will be quick to farm, but it's just painful to have to go through all that, you know? So, yes, Andrew, still need to fill out the form, so I get your information there. It picks up your information, it tells me you're on the priority list, so please do, yeah. Money well spent, indeed. You will exec farm first, then gas. Yeah, that makes total sense. Gas is a great character and everything, but...
£5 for Dino priority.
Thank you. Yeah, gas is a really, really good unit, but it's not worth sacrificing your current farms for stuff like your GLs or your capital ships right now. Okay, so absolutely finish off what you're currently doing. Have a think about that whole JML profundity thing. If you want to fit in gas between then, it'll be a small investment for you to get a pretty big return, and gas works very well, you know, just generally, even to this day in GAC, so it's not a wasted investment, right? So, Unstoppable, and obviously you'll need a bunch of Zetas. That's the other problem. Like, Lightspeed bundles just leave you absolutely Zeta broke. It's a real shame. I promise this is a serious inquiry. Alright, ban Dino. Okay, so, any last questions, Unstoppable, before we move on? Hey, no worries, Unstoppable. Your roster is shaping up really nicely, dude. Really nicely. Good business. Alright, cool. I know we've had a couple of donations, which means this form should have updated. Boop. We got 2 premium roster reviews come through. One for James Trickington. Tricky Jamesington. Let's go ahead and highlight these 2. Boom. So James is in the chat. James. Let's go ahead and grab that. All on the floor, grab that. Till you get so, grab that. Whoa, whoa, grab that. All on the floor, grab that. Anyway, that's enough nonsense. 11.8 mil. Working on Gungans, but aside from that, what team should I get up? I personally am finishing Phoenix, then want to know what next steps. Maybe Tuskens. Alright, that's a fair enough shout, James. Ah, Havoc, this is you, buddy. Okay, good. Cool. I like it. So 11.8 million, you've probably got basically everything, right? Here we go. Wonderful, wonderful R9 JML just chilling there. Love to see it. Good business, brother. So working on Gungans. Let's see, what do you mean by working on Gungans? Did you get your Jar Jar? No. Okay. So absolutely 100% this is where your focus should be. Get Gungans. You're not going to be ready for tomorrow to get Jar Jar, I take it. But you're definitely going to be ready in 3 months' time when Jar Jar comes back. They've already said it's 3-month cadence, so we can expect... Hold up. Sorry. Put the timer. We can expect that Jar Jar to come back in 3 months. They've already said, Meathead said in the interview with CGABC, that Jar Jar is on a 3-month cadence, roughly. Roughly, could be earlier, could be later. So you just need to make sure that when Gungan Phalanx goes free to play farmable, that you jump on him like Sonic on a car bonnet. Yeah, get on him. Make sure you're at least double refreshing that farm if he's a hard node, and get that 7-star as quickly as possible. You do not miss out when Jar Jar comes back. Now at 11.8 million, I doubt that there is very much in your roster right now that you need to build up. So let's just go to the bottom, get that stat done. That would be number 1. Stat done. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oof, that Kiadimundi. Are you having to use your Get 3 currency on getting Kiadimundi? That must be painful, Alex. Your question as to Tuskens, honestly, right now, I would say no. The reason I'm saying no to Tuskens right now is that we're on the bridge of... On the bridge? We're on a bridge. I'm on a bridge, Charlie. It's a wonderful bridge of hope and wonder. The reason I say no to Tuskens is we are about to get a brand new raid. And honestly, you don't want to be spending your hard-earned gear and relic levels when we're about to get a bunch of requirements at high relic levels for a very, very important game mode, if not the most important game mode. You're going to lose access to all of your Mark III guild currency, which is what really helps us get these high relic levels. So you want to position yourself correctly. Getting the Gungans is great, but make sure that you are in the best position possible to pivot and start relicking up a bunch of Separatists, a bunch of Galactic Republic, and a bunch of Jedi. That's why I'm saying don't worry so much about Tuskens just yet. Hoard up that gear. Hold on to it. For dear life. You didn't put a name? That's okay. So long as you put your ally code in, Rabid, and you know your ally code, we'll be golden, mate. Thank you so much for the donation. Really do appreciate you. Form submitted. Good stuff, Andrew. Thank you, buddy. You're 22 out of 100 on him. Good. Of course, Rabid. No problem, buddy. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, leave Tuskens for now would be my advice. Just because of the raid, if you care about performing well, and I'm sure your guild probably cares about performing well, there's going to be a bunch of characters that we're going to need. Queen Amidala is going to be one. Master Qui-Gon Jinn is going to be another one. Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be another one. Those are at the very least. Stap is most likely going to be a high-performing character. These are all characters that you're going to have to take up to like a minimum of Relic 5, but quite likely Relic 8. That's a lot of relics. A lot of relics. I wouldn't be surprised if Ki-Adi-Mundi is also a requirement in this raid. Do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. 22 out of 100 on Cam. So you're not massively far, but it's still painful, dude. Hey, Faithon, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, characters like Jedi Consular and Imagundai and Luminara and potentially even Clone Wars Chewie, you know. Like, these characters are more likely than not going to be requirements in this new raid, and they're probably going to do very well. If CG changes how our
And the Geos just go, fuck you, motherfucker! And then you die.
It's a magical bridge.
And the Geos just go,
Thank you, Wolfie. Appreciate the biddies, dude. I'm glad you got it. We're on a bridge, Charlie. We're on a bridge. Nah, they stole my friggin' kidney. Yeah, so don't invest in anything. Like, honestly, for the position you're in, the GP you're at, I would honestly say just finish your Gungans, hoard. Finish Gungans, hoard. Get your Stap up, though. Make sure you get that Stap. I imagine he is a brand new character, Separatist, part of the faction that we know confirmed is going to be in the raid. And he's a character that is definitely going to actually feature there. You got to get him. You got to get him. You got to get him. You got to do that thing. Yeah, he's going to be useful. And he's actually really good in the GG squad. Particularly with the Datacron right now. I really want that Zeta and Omicron myself, but hey-ho. Between that and Carl... That kills people, Carl. Yeah. That... Tell you what, man. The Candy Mountain Candy Cave. That Carl series gets depressing. It starts off really funny, and the more episodes you watch, the more existential dread that exists. It's just horrendous. It's just horrendous. So yeah, okay. Having a look through then, just checking out what else we got. The Carl Saga was supposed to be like 3 episodes. He made that last one, messed with people who wanted him to make more. Yeah. The finale was very dark. Loving the Mace Windu Omi over here. Double Omi on an R9 Cal. You are a ginger-loving mother fluffer, aren't you? A ginger-loving mother fluffer over here. You got the lead, you got the windmill. I mean, if you're going for 2 Omis, these are the 2 to get. But my days, you must like your TB. Excuse me. R9 on the DTMG as well. Do you have Bomando? Actually, that's a good question. Okay, good. You are rocking the Bomando. IFC and Gar, though, are looking at you depressed. Sad and upset with your lack of investment, Alex. Yeah, dude, like, it's great that you got Bomando. Definitely don't, like, I cannot, in good conscience, recommend anybody push for that R9 mission on Mandalore Planet for TB. It's not worth it, guys. It is not worth... The juice is not worth the squeeze. Yes, it gives you a bunch of territory points, but you can do it without ever engaging in that mission. The value is minimal. It's a late game, end game thing. Until they change that to start giving us character shard rewards for a character unlock, it's just not worth doing. It's just not worth doing. You've even got the Paz Vizsla army. Check you out, brother. You do love your TB, don't you? It's cool. Good business, man. Good business. Squeeze scribe for juice. If you squeeze me hard enough, I might just juice all over you. No promises, though. No promises, though. Sign me up. Oh, Desi. You. So let's go ahead and check out the Phoenix real quick. Look at this, man. You do love your TB, don't you? It's almost depressing that it's not relegate and relegate. Just to, you know, hit that relegate Phoenix mission. I'd like to delete my donation. I'm uncomfortable. What do you mean, Dino? What did you do? What did you do? They need to give us new Darkside Mando from that planet to finish off more without stealing from Trench. It would be nice, sweet. It would be nice. Sweet Xiao. Oh, you're a sweet lion. Managed to 3-star the zone with almost just ship mission and Mandalore. Finally a useful Leviathan at least. Well, indeed, Throny. R8 Phoenix for the next TB you're hoping? I love Alex. I absolutely love the fact that you're TB focused. That's really cool to me. That's really cool to me. Well, maybe not TB focused, but you actually value TB. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I'm happy that you do it. Do you have that Cassian Omi? I mean, if you like TB, we saw that Cassian Omi in play. It seemed pretty good. It seemed pretty good. Let's keep on looking, baby. Loving the Bane. Oh, another victim. We need to pour one out and salute for another victim to the Scout Trooper Omicron. What a waste of mats. I demand a refund. I think we should all stand together in solidarity. First and foremost, we need to stand together in solidarity in getting Chopper a Zeta. Secondly, we need to stand together in solidarity in getting a refund on the Scout Trooper Omicron because it's garbage. So, it's just painful. I want my mats back. I want those mats back. Terrible, terrible investment. Get Cad Bane. Yes, Bazinga will add that to the list. Poor Chadulus Bane. Cad Bane over here. The only bounty hunter without a Zeta. It's an insult. An insult, I tell you, to the gentleman known as Cad. Look at him. He was the Bane before Bane was cool. He's the pre-hipster Bane. And it's just a sad story. It's a sad story. Sorry, Alex. Is there something that you want me to take a look at real quick? Seems like we got a minute left and I don't want to waste your time. Cad is awesome, Amy. I want those mats back. It makes my blood boil every time I see that silver. I know, right? Wiggs also could use a non-cron upgrade. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe next TW Army. TW Army. Well, I mean, you've got one of Moff Gideon's. 2 would be better, but... I mean, the big ones are going to be Trench, who's firmly on the bench. Oh, you've got 1 for Trench, so that's good. And then... there is... oh, okay. Is it on his basic? Is this the one that does Protection Disruption? One of them does Protection Disruption, which is going to be useful for countering Gungans. Oh, and you got Boba Fett as well. Okay. So, let's keep on looking then. Do you have the likes of... Fulcrum? You do have Fulcrum. Do you have Cal? You do have Cal. Good business. Mara Jade. You do have Mara Jade and Juhani. And you do have Juhani. You're making this hard for me, buddy. You're making this hard for me. Let me just double check. Let me just double check some of this business. Inspector Gadget. I'm pretty certain we saw maces. Yeah, you've got maces over there. No. How about Inquisitors? Grand Inquisitor? You've got all of GIs. Holy moly. Yeah, so I mean, you could do Trench's basic. You could do Darth Trooper Moff Gideon's unique. Do you have like Embo? You do have Embo. Embo's a good one. How about Droideka? Droideka is great. I mean, you've got most of the good ones, dude. You've got Ahsoka Tano and Fulcrum. You've probably got Keller and Beck. Seems like you do have Thingamabob. Yep, of course you got Keller and Beck. Yeah, honestly, dude, you've got all the good ones. You could double dip on Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. You could double dip on Trench and even Boba Fett, Sign of Django. Honestly, you know, like for DTMG, I would go for the unique. Try and get that one up and running. And then if you're going for trench, go the basic. Get the basic on trench, and that will help with going guns down the line. So, but you're in solid position, dude. Solid position. Good account, man. Poggle. Yeah, did we see the Poggle on me? Yeah, you got the Poggle on me. Cad definitely deserves some love. He does. Yep. So, how far are you on the list? Well, we've got a bunch of... We've had a few premium roster reviews come through. You are quite far down at the minute, my friend. There are about 12 people ahead of you. So I wouldn't worry too much about it today, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We've just had quite a few paid roster reviews come through today. Look at Cad Bane's basic. It's the best. Alright, I'll take a quick look. Cad Bane's basic. Deal physical damage to an enemy with a 65% chance to attack again. That's not terrible. Inflict accuracy down. Yeah. Accuracy down. Makes them blind. Maybe he shoots them in the eye. Alrighty. Thank you so much there, Alex Havoc. DTMG, since you have them all at R8. Hell yeah, brother. Thanks for the review. Had to get the games and stat. Good business, buddy. Good business, buddy. All right, so our next premium roster review is Dino, baby. 444-123-628, go. Dino Trooper. 7.5 million. Are you in chat, Mr. Dino, sir? Dino. They really need to work. I mean, all they need to do for Cad Bane is give him Omicron and he'll be good. Good business. Okay, so, Dino, what you saying, buddy? What you saying? Let's go ahead and get that clock up and running first. There we go. And inside the chat, you're saying, currently saving up for Queen Amidala and her 2 Jedi, but it's just a passion project. Trying to find if I should go for Profundity or New GL next. Feeling the Kyber crunch on your fleet right now. Or should I keep shoring up teams such as Treya? Also, any help my Ewok team would be greatly appreciated. Dino? Are you and I going to have words? We're going to have words in the office. Boo. Boo. Ugh. Gross. Disgusting. Vile. Just not good enough. I mean, technically too good. You know, like, look at all these relics and not on the one character that matters. So there. Absolutely awful, Dino. I threw up in my mouth just a little bit. Just a little bit, Dino. Just a little bit. All right. Enough of those furry murder bears. That's right, I called them bears. I called Smudgy Bear. So, okay. So you're saving for Queen Amidala and the Jedi. That's absolutely fine. I've got no issue with that. Trying to find out if you should go for Profundity or a new GL next. So you've already got 3 GLs, which is pretty decent. Pretty decent. JML is obviously phenomenal. You've got Rey and Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Obviously you don't have the R9 over here, but I imagine relic crunching for you now is pretty high. When we look at your capital ships, you do have Executor, which is nice. Sure, it's only 4-star, but at least you do have a capital ship. What I would say is that there is at least a little bit of bleed over between Jedi Master Luke and the Profundity. If you're going to push for a capital ship, you could get Profundity. It'll probably give you a little bit more viability in Fleet Arena rather than just straight up exec, and it operates without having to push those star levels too high. It also will feed well after you've got JML to go into Jabba. So that's probably the path that I would go down. Try and get a little bit more fleets to help you out in GAC. I don't know how high you can climb and reliably stay up in Fleet Arena. 36, yeah, you'd definitely like to try and break into top 10 and start really earning some decent crystal payouts. So fleet should be your focus for the meantime, because breaching top 20 and getting first in fleet is a massive crystal difference. You know what I mean? Like, it's a huge value increase, and it should be where you should be trying to focus your development on, because it feeds into the growth of the rest of your roster. You understand? So definitely try to get that Profundity up and running. I'm not necessarily advocating for you to push too heavily into Executor. and getting it up to 7-star, but it would be nice down the road. Your shard is like 5 years old, so it's all 7-star levies. Okay. I doubt you've got Inquiz running then, yeah? No. I was going to say, because, I mean, currently in particular, levies are easier to beat because their reinforcement is bugged and it's not stunning on defense. So it's a lot easier to counter it at the moment, but who knows when they fix that, right? So obviously it's very difficult to be beating 7-star Leviathans. That's a tricky business unless you have your own, you know? Probably hop, skip, and a jump from C as well. Oh, absolutely. You're probably very, very close to C. Did you get Bane? I don't see him at a glance. Okay, no Bane. So it begs the question, when you're rocking 7.5 mil on the old GPs, how well do you do in Conquest, my friend? How well do you do in Conquest? It was on trader. Is it like 230? So what do you red box? You red box Conquest mostly? Red boxing is fine. Obviously, I always advocate for... Not red box, gold box. Sorry. I always advocate that people red box if they can. I put out a bunch of guides on Conquest on how to get the feats done. This particular one is very easy to do, but obviously you're going to be missing out on a bunch of shards because it's not, you know, Bane's not the currently featured character for this Conquest, right? It's Queen Amidala. Have you been red boxing this one? Last few you got gold box, but I got the pass. It's mostly just because I want Queen Amidala. Yeah, that's fair enough. So you've been gold boxing, but you bought the pass, so you've been buying the shards from the store and you've been getting it from the reward track. So you're on track to unlock Queen Amidala at the end of next Conquest. Is that right? That's fine. Like, I'm never gonna... You're saying Queen Amidala and the new Jedi are going to be a passion project for you. In my opinion, if you're doing a passion project, feel free to just drop everything you're doing and get them first. Focus on where you find the enjoyment in the game first and foremost. I'm a bit of a masochist and I'm quite happy to delay the gratification and farm what I want at a much later date and focus on what's like vitally important from a competitive perspective. But I don't necessarily advocate that for everybody, right? If you want to do your passion projects, go ahead and do them. Plus, they're going to be really good in the upcoming raid, so it's not exactly a bad thing for you. Use your double drops to get the R7 materials from it? Nice, yeah. Are you going to be wailing on the new characters, or are you just going to wait for them to come out naturally? Yep, gold boxing. That's not for gold boxing Conquest. That's just people boxing in gold. Three-star and then drop everything once they start dropping. Yep, that's fair, Dino. That's fair. So you're probably looking at like a 6-month turnaround. Because, well, maybe a little bit less. Maybe like 4 or 5 months. How far are you on the list, Johnny? I'm not sure if your name is Johnny in that list. I'd say you're about 10 away. About 10 away, given the recent premium roster reviews that have come through. Yeah. So, to reiterate, absolutely, focus on your passion projects, get them done. I do advise going for Profundity and getting Jabba as soon as possible. Jabba should be your next GL, unless you want to dip in and get C. Let's just have a quick look at your Imperial Troopers. I mean, you've got Pietan up there, and like these guys are close. Let's take a look at some of the Sith. Dooku's up there. But Maul will need some loving. And Marauder, of course, and Sidious. So, I mean, you know, they're easy characters to gear, but it's still relic investment that sort of delays your next investment, right? Let's take a look at the Rogue One. Because this is the big one. Yeah, that's a lot. Like, you're quite far away from Profundity. But it's just shards at the end of the day. And obviously there is a gear investment, but that's okay. When offline, give us the cool commands. For Gamble, you'll have to let me know, guys. You'll have to let me know what you mean by this. Oh, dual Gamble? Is that what? I think RSG have got those ones. I think Phoenix Lightspeed Bundle will return at one point. They have returned in the past, so it wouldn't be unexpected. I'm still worried about the Empire Sith Lightspeed bundle. Dino, I don't think... Are you talking about a new one to help you unlock C? I don't think we should expect any more new Lightspeed bundles. We might, but we just got a bunch for gas, right? A new one for C. We might get one. We might get one that relates to C, but it's unlikely. And if it is, it could be 6 months down the line. So if you want to delay getting C, you can, but C is the easiest farm anyway. Like out of all the GLs, he's the quickest and easiest farm to do. So it's not like it's not the biggest deal in the world. But again, you can just push back C and just say, hey, look, I'm going to go for profundity. I'm going to go and get Jabba, you know, and that's already 6 to 9 months worth of your farming done. So maybe by the end of that, there might be something for C. All I'm saying is that investment is relatively small and easy, you know? You love one for Master Luke? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. Good business. Good business. I can see you've actually got both Revans and you've got Malak. But do you have Malgus? Do you have Malgus? I don't think you've got Malgus right now. But you did say that you don't typically do... How far away are you from a Malgus unlock? Just wondering, because eventually down the line you'll want the Leviathan. Although probably by the time you're done with your current farming setups, there's going to be a new endgame fleet to get. Way closer to Leia. Is she not going to be worth it when the new raid drops? She will. Look, okay. Leia is always worth it. If you want to and you're closer to Leia, absolutely go ahead and push for her. The only reason I recommend Jabba is that Jabba is worth it not because of the raid, just because of Smuggler's Run 2 and his viability in TB. All right, and PvP modes, he's very, very good, right? And he's a self-contained team. You don't need anything extra outside of his farm to work to just get Jabba up and running, right? Leia isn't necessarily a complete team. She doesn't have like an ideal team that you get from just farming her requirements. So it's like you'll want to do 1 or 2 additional characters for Leia, and that just extends that farm. And when you're still jumping from farm to farm, it can be very difficult, right? And then outside of that, her benefit mission, you know, her Forest Moon mission, is just trash. It's like garbage. It pisses me off. So PvP-wise, she has about as much viability as Jabba, I would say, overall. Definitely swings in Jabba's favor when he's got a good datacron. But in every other aspect, Jabba is superior to have over Leia. And her raid is going to disappear. By the time you unlock her, her raid is probably going to be gone, right? Because unless you are literally about to unlock her now, then, you know, you're not really going to get the use out of her. Let's see, Imperial Troopers, or Remnants, I guess. Yeah, you're not done with the Scout Trooper, and I'm pretty certain we looked and your Nisa is not... Oh, okay, Nisa is kind of getting there. So yeah, I mean, you are getting there for Leia, but I imagine you're probably still a month plus away from getting Leia. And in that time, you're probably only going to get maybe 2 months use out of her. Not when it comes to the raid now. Not in general. She's always worthwhile. Every Galactic Legend is worthwhile, right? But she's currently very worthwhile because of the raid, right? Yeah, Whiskey, I've never got any more than the minimum. Only other conquest I have is Cat and Mando's ship. That's fair. Yeah. Malgus is 200 out of 330. Gotcha. All right, Dino, any last things before we go on? Any last questions before we move on? And we are unfortunately out of time. At Selements, streamelements.com. Go to chat commands under chatbot and enable all the goodies. All right. Not really, thank you. I'll bug chat with my questions later. Absolutely, Dino. I'm not shy. I'm glad you're not shy, buddy. We don't need shyness. I am the shyness around here. I'm tackling my shyness by putting myself in front of people live on Twitch and YouTube and creating videos to get people to hurl abuse at me mostly. All right, good business. Thank you so much, Dino. Appreciate the donation there, dude. So let's have a look. That was Dino done. I believe we've got 2 more in the priority farming, priority roster review list. So next up is King of Salt. King of Salt, are you in the chat, my friend? I need to go for a quick toilet break, but we shall return anon. We shall return anon. So King of Salt, the Senate of Ilum. 8.5 million. I'd rather have any Conquest character over Lord Vader, except maybe Trench. Whiskey? Lord Vader's great. We used Lord Vader to solo Slacker in the final round of GAC. It was great. Yeah, Lord Vader's awesome. All the GLs are worth it. All the GLs are awesome. They're great. They're just big farms. Lord Vader is a painfully long farm. So, calling out to King of Salt. King of Salt, the salty king. I'm just going to go to the toilet real quick. Chat, make sure you bug King of Salt so that he comes round. Yeah? Bug King of Salt. We need him. I need him! 1 second. Ah, Andrew. Andrew, you are indeed the King of Salt. The King of Salt himself. All right, good business. So you just got Reaver and Profundity, because we are a PG stream over here. Yes, we are. With their latest events, respectively. Good on you. Got Gas, Night Sister, Geo bundles. You went balls deep on those Lightspeed bundles. Looking to be Jar Jar ready in August. That's a good way to be. Lining up for when the raid is about to come back. So, Jar Jar ready in August. Oh. Hold up. Before we begin, let's actually start the timer, for one. So the thing I was going to say about Jar Jar ready in August, all very well and good, but what I would advise you to do is to be ready before August. So if that means going over and above on the node refreshing for those Gungans, make sure you do so. I haven't actually had a look at, how many shards you've got on those Gungans right now. Is it a lot? Okay, you're doing fine, mate. You're doing fine. You only need 2 shards on each. So it's not like you're going to have to go crazy hard to get them finished up. Yeah? So all I would say is don't leave yourself short, because CG said very specifically that the cadence for the Gungans is going to be about 3 months. All right? About. That means it could be August, it could be July. I don't want you to be caught with your pants down 2 weeks before the event and you're like, I don't have the relic data. You know what I mean? Or I don't have the gear, or I don't have the shards. Try to make sure that you are ready ahead of time, yeah? Good business. Good business. Lord Vader is a crap load of Kyrotech and a bunch of signal data as well, Sabotage. It's crazy how much, he's more than anything else, Okay, so looking to be Jar Jar ready in August. With Zeta Det, should I be looking at building any other teams or just improving relics on existing teams? Curious as to what your Zeta Omni assignment and priorities should be. Okay, good. So Zeta Det, this is a big thing about Gungans, right? So the Gungans so far are proving to be phenomenal. I want you to be my PP, but alas, too far. Indeed, indeed. That's the intent shards permitting. Yep, good business, man. Good business. That's the best way to be, because you want to be like, the last thing you want is for that Jar Jar event to come around and then you miss it by a couple of weeks, you know, and then you have to wait 3 months to get him again, because it means like any accelerated farming that you did in the meantime has been largely wasted. The other problem is that the Gungans are quite Zeta heavy, unfortunately. Boss Nass has got 2, the rest have got 1, Jar Jar has 3. It's a lot, and it feels like all of Jar Jar's are valuable. But that's just like so much. Like, you know, we're talking 7 Zetas, is it? No, 8 Zetas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 Zetas. Boomadiers currently is bugged, so you can theoretically skip on it, but hopefully they fix it and it'll be a valuable Zeta to have. So that's a little bit of an issue. When it comes to priorities, you'll want to have Boss Nass's leadership and probably all of Jar Jar's, to be honest. It's just an expensive team, but they are very, very powerful. They're very powerful. They're able to take down GLs from initial testing. So, like, it is a worthwhile investment. So, honestly, in the meantime, that 3-month period, you could probably hoard your Zetas right now to try and pay off for the Gungan Zetas and Jar Jar Zetas. Right? We don't know how they're really going to interact with the raid, but you want to be able to hit the ground running when that raid hits. Yeah? Omni-wise, Jar Jar has got 3, and I'm not entirely sold on how much of them are valuable and how much they really need to be. To really get use out of them, I've put 2 on myself. You only had 2 Omnis, so you skipped Jar Jar's second unique. I can't remember which one I've skipped. I can't remember which one. But I've only got 2 on Jar Jar. I kind of want to spend the next one on Stap, truth be told. I want to get Stap, Zeta, and his Omni on, whilst I can make the use out of him. So let's actually just go ahead and check. I think you did say something about the Stap. That's B1, not Stap. No Stap currently farmed. No Stap currently farmed. It's probably a bridge too far at this point, I guess, because you're probably hurting for signal data as well. So you kind of value that. You value that time farming your signal data, I guess. Is it Andrew? So let's go back over here to that question. When it comes to improving relics on other teams, obviously you can look at JML, but taking JML up to R9 is still a bit of a tall order. If I remember, you've got all the capital ships, haven't you? Ah, okay, you don't have Levy. Honestly, I would hold off on Levy right now. I don't know if you're trying to invest in him, but it doesn't look like you're trying to invest in Levy. Let's go ahead and take a look. Like, normally I'd be like, absolutely, all you need is Leviathan to finish off your fleets. But I think, given your current farming priorities, that pushing for Leviathan right now will be a disservice to you, because by the time you've done your Gungans and you're ready for that, you are most likely going to find yourself looking down the neck of a new capital ship. Most likely. And I don't want to say, hey, try and get 2 more Relic 9s when the new capital ship is like miles better than Leviathan and has 3 Relic 9s and it's a completely separate faction and all this business, right? You don't even have 100 shards of Malgus. That's fair. Yeah, I get you, Wolfie. I get you. Had to save for Bane and Reaver. Which it makes total sense, because Bane is so phenomenally good that prioritizing Bane, like, honestly, the triple Omni on Brain, the triple Omni on Bane is probably overkill. It's good to have, but like Malevolent Whirlwind isn't exactly a necessary Omni. I definitely value Rule of 2. Rule of 2 is the only one that you really need. Essence of Dominance is nice, gives you that extra flexibility, helps you beat stuff like JMK, right? But not, you know, it's not 100% necessary. So I like this, even if it is slightly overkill. If you're going to overkill on someone, why not go overkill on Bane and have a lot of fun with them? Right, okay. Can't unassign armies. No, absolutely true. It's not like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just, it's not necessary. Truth be told, Bane is so ungodly broken that he doesn't actually need all of his armies. It's nuts. I did 2 of them myself. So yeah. Okay, cool. So let's have a look. I mean, Adrad you can throw on the Omni. Are you completely Omni broke right now? Are you completely Omni broke at the minute? Because some people I find are still swimming in Omnis. Others, not so much. I like this. You had one. Okay, good. I'm assuming this one's on Reva's leadership. Yeah, good. Are you looking to be gearing up Reva right now? Are you gearing her right now in the hopes of taking her to relic levels? Because obviously this is a transformational character for this guy, for this team. Yeah, good. We got the Scythe. We got the TIE Defender. This is good. Gives you the extra fleet viability here with the Executor as well. So after next raid payout, good business. Yeah. Well, Melkicel, I don't buy Ommis, so I'm always Ommi poor. I'm always Ommi poor. But I try to save them for the right things. So the double Ommi on Grand Inquisitor is nice, I guess. You've got the one on Reva, on her leadership. That's the one that matters the most. You can do her other one on her unique, but it's not necessary. You can get plenty of use out of her without it. Honestly, I would recommend trying to hold off right now and save most of your Zeta mats and Omni mats for the Gungan faction, because I know it's 3 months away, but before you're done, but you're going to want to have them available for when you get Jar Jar, and who knows what's coming next. I assume you're going to be Red Box going forward, getting Queen Amidala, going for Master Qui-Gon Jinn and Padawan Obi-Wan. They're going to be very valuable in the upcoming raid as well. Okay. Let's keep on looking over here. Let's keep on looking, baby. Ooh, Night Sisters. You said you bought the Night Sister bundle, right? Your Night Sisters look like mine. Obviously, Zeta broke. Right, so first and foremost, Night Sister bundle, super, super valuable for you. I don't think you have the luxury right now of just chucking a bunch of Zetas on this team to make it work. Unless we get a new Night Sister Datacron set come back, and it does happen. We've had it a couple of times. I think we've had Night Sister Datacrons twice. Maybe it's only once. Feels like it's been twice. Until that happens, I don't think that you should be prioritizing getting Zetas on these unless you can, unless it's just one Zeta to help me break through Secrets and Shadows tier 3, right? Unless it's something like that, I don't think this is the place to invest right now. It's good that you've got the relic levels, and I think that the purchase of the Lightspeed bundle was definitely a good thing for you to do. Just don't go throwing your Zetas around willy-nilly over here. Got your first red box this last conquest. Sick. Good job, dude. Yeah, you're exactly same position as me, Andrew, to be honest, mate. I already had these Zetas, didn't have this on me, have this Zeta, and I think that might be it. That might be it. I don't think I've got any on Talzin or Asajj, so I was considering Talzin's leadership. If it means I can beat Challenge Tier 3, then I'll do it. Should you spend on the Adrad team? When you mean spend on the Adrad team, what do you mean exactly? Do you mean Zetas and Ommis? I had all the Zetas and Ommis on Night Sisters before the bundles. Yeah, same. Well, I didn't have the Ommi on Merrin. Zetas and Ommis. Okay, so Admiral Radis's Ommi is decent. It's decent, and it does also improve the fleet. When Jin has got a TW Ommi and Cassian's got a TB Ommi, I don't really recommend either of these. And you're also missing a fifth. K2SO is a great fifth here, truth be told. Probably the most useful fifth you can have for this team right now. Maybe you're using Bistan. I don't know if you use Bistan in a Rebel Fighter lineup, but some consideration for you, I guess. What can I say about Adrad? Adrad is good, but the teams that he beats can be useful to counter. It's just whether it's worth delaying the Zetas on your other factions. It might be worth doing a little bit of Zeta math and Omicron math. I mean, in the 3 months' time, you'll definitely be able to save up more than enough to triple Omni Jar Jar, right? By that time, we'll know whether triple Omni Jar Jar is worthwhile or if you can get away with 1 or 2. In that time, I think you can apply the Omni at least onto Radis, and I think that probably means you need to Zeta him. Adran and Jin are now used as lifters for GL Leia. I mean, they can be, yeah. They don't have to be. That's the only thing. Yeah. The plan is K2O and Bistan. Okay. You use power with Mon Mothma. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So you'll do Radis, Cassian, Jin, Bistan, K2. I think that's the team I use. Sorry, I for some reason I spaced out when it came to POW. Long and short, I think Radis, yes, Zeta and Omi can be worthwhile for you, and I think it's something that you can absorb that will give you some GAC benefit, and it won't impact your Gungans because it's just kind of one Zeta, one Omi. Not necessarily recommending any further ones. All right. Any last questions, Andrew? I notice we're out of time, mate. Negatory. All right. Your roster is, as always, shaping up very, very nicely, good sir. You're doing good business, mate. You're doing good business. Keep it up, man. Keep it up. Alrighty then. Who have we got next? Rabid. Rabid? Rabid Beaver? No, surely not Rabid Beaver. Can't be Rabid Beaver. It's a different Rabid, I'm sure. Rabid, are you in chat, buddy? The Eternal Barons. The Barons of Eternity. Rabid Gunter. Are you a Ready Player One fan? An Ernest Cline fan, perchance? Do 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 do. Whenever I see the word Gunter, that's always what I think. You like the movie? You should read the books, dude. Read the books or listen to the books on audio, like podcasting. They're very good. Hey guys, you know what I've noticed today? What's not happened today so far? Where are you on the roster review list? Ninja, allow me to check. Ninja, ooh, you are very far down, I'm afraid, good sir. You are bum 12th, and we're about to do another roster review, so I can guarantee that we aren't going to reach you, mate, unless everybody else drops out. Prefer the movie or the book? I definitely prefer the books. The books are much better. Not muted myself and blamed software. Exactly. It seems at least some of the fixes that I've done today have actually done something. Yeah, Ready Player One book is so much better than the film. So much better. The priority list, is that still open? Yes, I guess, but I'm probably... Like, if you see... If the roster review list is open down at the bottom, it's the priority list is still open, but I'm probably going to close it soon. Just because of time, guys. Just because of time. They condensed for the movie. They did, and they changed the feats as well. They like the challenges for the Easter eggs were totally different in the film, completely different. I was like, it's not the same film. It's not the same. The second Ready Player 2 was okay. It wasn't as good as the first, in my opinion. It was okay. It was decent. It felt like there was more they could have done, and it felt like almost like just retreading on old ground. And I have a little bit of an issue when people write a sequel and they undo a bunch of stuff that they did in the previous film. I feel like it cheapens things. It's annoying. The Gunter in your name's from Adventure Time. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Good. Sorry, Rabid. We're gonna reset this timer and get you up. All right, so let's see what you were saying about your roster. So, Rabid, you were going for JML, but then thought about what I already have relict and need advice if Lord Vader is the better GL for my account. Would love any other suggestions. Tipped anonymously by accident. Well, that's all very well and good. Thank you so much for the donation. So 7 million account, you were pushing for JML and you think, actually, hang on, am I better off going for Lord Vader? Good questions, dude. Good questions. Generally speaking, I would say that getting JML is more useful to most people's accounts. The big issue, really, with going for Lord Vader is he's just ridiculously expensive, right? Ridiculously expensive. So looking over here, do we have stuff like Momo? Momo. No, Mo. Do we have Hermit Yoda? Yeah, you got Hermit Yoda. Do we have Wamp? Yeah, you got Wamp. Luke. So we still need Jedi Knight Luke. That's fine. That's fine. So when you're looking for Lord Vader, the first thing we'll look at is Bad Batch. This is already 1600 Kyrotech. You know, that already puts me off a little bit. And then 501st. Let's check them out. Your gas is done, yeah. Arc, you need to go to Relic 8. Padme needs to go to Relic 8, I want to say. So, honestly, if you are going to push for something, I'd still, at this point, I would still recommend going for JML over Lord Vader. JML is more useful in other game modes, I feel, and isn't harbored by needing to have Maul as well. So I don't know if you actually have Maul right now. How close are you to Conquest Maul, Rabbit? The twist is where they're supposed to split up in the book versus the movie? Yeah. And also, there's a character that dies in the book that doesn't die in the movie, which is a little bit weird, because it was kind of a big deal in the book. You have Cal not relicked, not even close to Maul. So that like, don't get me wrong, you can operate Lord Vader without Maul. It's just the use case is a lot smaller, and it doesn't feel fun. I think that's the best way to put it. In my experience, playing a Lord Vader team without Maul feels like the ultimate takes about a year to actually activate. It feels like you are waiting forever to activate, and Lord Vader's entire kit really revolves around hitting that ultimate. The faster you hit ultimate, the scarier Lord Vader becomes. One, because his abilities change ever so slightly. He applies that unresistible, undispellable 2-turn ability block, which is huge. But also the fact that he is absorbing mastery from his allies, ramping up his damage from being anemic to, quite frankly, scary, right? Prioritizing Night Sisters and Inquisitors right now. Why Night Sisters, Rabbit? Is it just that you bought the Night Sister Lightspeed bundle and you're like, I better invest in them? That looks like a Lightspeed bundle if I've ever saw one. You're pretty much there with Night Sisters, right? I mean, apart from the fact that you need to relic Merrin and probably take them all up to like Relic 5 at a minimum, you're basically there. So I'm not against this just because it's a short hop, skip, and a jump for you to finish off, which is nice. Inquisitors, is this because your guild is pushing for Reva? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Wow. Why have you got an R5 8th brother? Is it that you just... Yeah, why? You have... I'm confused on this.
Melchies will tip £5. Kaliko 985 291 600.
Thank you, Melkisel. Appreciate you, dude.
Just to all LSB, except Gastric Hospital, Coon and Fives are not worth $50. Professor Larson. I'm currently finishing Trench and Stack, have their data crawls, and then maybe Nihilus for my trail team.
Nice.
Then I guess Jabba.
That was a long message. Thank you, Melkisel. Appreciate you, dude. So you use 8th brother with Seer. So your Seer team right now, I'm assuming, is Seer Junda and Cal Kestis. I mean, we don't have Malicos. So who do you use? I mean, I imagine it just seems like a weird choice. I mean, I suppose at the end of the day, you're still going to need 8th brother at R5, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. Just kind of strange, I guess. But it got trimmed. Gotcha, buddy. Gotcha, buddy. Oh, you didn't hear the voiceover coming through. Just me then. That's fine. It's gotten you hold? I'm glad it gets you hold, Rabbit. I'm glad it gets you hold. I just wasn't expecting it. Of all things, I was like, oh, to go over there. Huh? Okay, interesting. Okay, so basically your Inquisitors are a long way out, right? You need to get them all to Relic 5, all of these to Relic 5 to unlock Grand Inquisitor. Then it's all R7 to start helping your guild with Reaver Shards. Are you doing Inquisitors to get Reaver Shards, or is it for something else? Is it there to help out Fleet, for example? Because I'm trying to think of priorities here. Like, guild requirements kind of trump what's valuable to your account, right? Yeah, for Reaver. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I support your decision to go ahead and push for Reaver. Get those Inquisitors up, because it's a guild requirement, and we have to try... Like, guilds should always have this singing from one hymn sheet thing. Provided the rest of your guild are all taking the same stance and everybody's pushing for Inquisitors, and you've all got like a time scale of like, say, you know, in, I don't know, 3 months' time, everybody's got Grand Inquisitor, or 4 months' time, everybody's got Grand Inquisitor, all at Relic 7, all pushing Reaver, then great, super, on board with it, crack on, do it. If not everybody is actually actively pushing for the Inquisitors, right, and you're getting like 6 people doing it, move guild. Still keep on the Inquisitor farm, because you want to find a place that's actually actively pushing to grow together. You need to have that mentality if you really want to grow your roster quickly. And more so, you're doing, like, why should you be investing in Inquisitors if the rest of your guild isn't? Yeah? You also want a Relic Cal. That's where he's stuck. Jedi Knight Cal, you mean, yeah? Jedi Knight Cal is great. And you would get some use out of him. You know, Jedi Knight Cal can work with the Jedi Knight Revan team to really punch up and beat some pretty cool stuff. And, of course, does help inside of TB to open up Zepho. So it's not a problem. In fact, you know, I would almost say you've got your Seer R7 already. It might well be worth you to just ignore Inquisitors. Like, again, ask that question of your guild. Is your guild actually pushing to unlock Zepho? If everybody's pushing to unlock Zepho, I think you put a little bit of a hold on your Inquisitors. Get Jedi Knight Cal up there to Relic 7 so that you can use him in the Zepho unlock mission, right? And then go to Inquisitors, get them sorted. As for your Lord Vader JML question, go for JML. And then let's have a look at ships. You've got Executor. This is nice. I like to see Executor. After JML, maybe think about pushing for Profundity. We're all pushing Inquisitors. It's a guild requirement. So is Jedi Knight Cal and unlocking Zepho not on the agenda for your guild right now? In which case, you can safely ignore that. Psycho, I wouldn't bother putting your ally code in there. Follow the link inside the chat if you want to put your name down for a roster review. Yeah. There's a pinned chat comment that'll take you over to a form to fill out to register for a roster review. That's how we do it. Thank you, buddy. So no, okay. I think, like, again, we discussed about passion projects earlier on in the stream. Thank you for the follow, Psycho. Welcome to the tribe. We talked about it earlier on the stream, but passion projects trump anything else, in my opinion. So if you want to do Jedi Knight Cal for the sake of doing Jedi Knight Cal because you just love Jedi Knight Cal and you're like, yeah, I really want a Jedi Knight Cal, do it. Just do it. Drop everything you're doing and go farming. Go have fun with the game. It's a game, for Christ's sake. Enjoy yourself. You know? So obviously you want to try your best to meet the expectations of your guild, right? Don't just do passion project after passion project after passion project unless you're happy to be in a casual guild. Yeah. So if it's something that you really want to do just for yourself, for your own enjoyment, go ahead, ignore everything else and just get Cal. Just get Cal and then worry about Inquisitors later. It's just one character. One character to Relic 7 isn't going to kill you. It isn't going to slow down your development that much. All right. And ultimately, it still feeds the purposes and the services of your guild. It's still a benefit to your guild to have Jedi Knight Cal. You're going to be one of those people that is going to be ready, right? You're going to be one of those people that is ready for the Zepho unlock mission ahead of the rest of your peers in your guild. So it's still going to be useful. All right. Hey, Crispy, how you doing, buddy? A new sub? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. Are my GL mods good before we go? Yeah, let's check them out. So, Rey, I mean, already, sets-wise, we're looking sexy. She's Relic 8. So, 200k health, 517 speed, and 10.4k offense. What I would say at a glance is your health is pretty decent. Your speed is decent. Offense is a little bit on the low side. I'd like to see a 1 here, not a 0. 11,500 at Relic 8 is a good place to be. The only way you're going to do that is by either getting better offense primary secondaries or by swapping out this cross for an offense percentage and finding yourself a health percentage secondary instead, right? Other than that, don't look at that and think, oh my god, my race sucks. She doesn't suck. It's just, I would like to see a bit more offense on her, about 1,000 more offense, which I know is difficult to hit. Now, you can choose to sacrifice either some speed or health, but honestly, I wouldn't want to see her drop too low there. It's not bad. I would give it about a 7 out of 10 as far as modding is concerned. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Ooh, I don't like the fact that this is not a 6E mod. Especially since it's crit damage and it's got low speed, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's have a look. 120k health. It's a hair on the low side. The speed is okay. And the offense is, yeah, it's okay. It could be, you could be better overall. Could be better overall. I went over this earlier, but I like a really chunky Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, right? It's not bad. I'd probably put this at more of like a 6 out of 10 for modding. I like to have like 180k health and probably less speed. Still probably about the same physical offense, right? To be able to survive. Now, you don't have to do that. And obviously, Relic 7, not Relic 8, means that you're missing on some of that stat inflation for your modding. Even though this is not an ideal 6E mod, you should probably do it just for the extra crit damage. When do you think it will you'll get your roster reviewed? I got to go to dinner. It's unlikely, Amy. I've got one more premium roster review. I believe we had another donation come through earlier today. So I'm only going to be online for about another 20 minutes anyway, so it's not going to be today, I don't think. Dragos Dumitri is going to be next up. I'll have to check there. I don't think Dragos actually put it in. Dragos, are you in the chat still? I'm sorry, Amy. I'm sorry. Is Dragos in the chat here? Because we've had a donation through from Dragos, but I think he's not put in his roster name. He hasn't done the form, I don't think. But yes, overall, Rabid, it's not terrible modding. You could, you know, like for a slacker here, if you're going for something that's fast and not massively healthy, I'd like to see more offense. But again, you'll get about 500 additional offense just from taking him R7 to R8. Try and find yourself offense percentage over here. It'll give you a nice 5% bump. And take this to 6E just for the extra 6% crit damage or so. Hey, what's going on, Twist? How you doing, brother? The reviews are going quite well, buddy. We've gone through quite a few today. Let's quickly go ahead and pick this up. Grab this over here. Ooh. No. Over here. Over here. Dragos. Is Dragos in the chat? You doing alright? Good. Bit tired doing stuff. Thought I'd drop by and say hi. Good business, buddy. Good business. Oh, Melkisel. Melkisel, it's you, is it, bud? Are you Dragos? Okay. Did you not fill out the form, buddy? Because I need you to fill out the form. Melkisel, fill out the form. Stick around a bit? Yeah, absolutely. Vibe up for a while. Here's the chosen one. Melkisel, thank you. I do recall now that it did say in the thing. Oh. You did fill out the form. What did you call yourself inside the form? Because I can't... Unless the form is not coming through? Not loading up? Yeah, for some reason you're not appearing inside the form. I don't know why. Yeah, that's really weird. You're not appearing in the form response. Alright. I've got your message over here, at least part of it. So... Melkisel 9.5, basically. Alright, so you bought all the Lightspeed bundles. Let's just make sure I can still see chat over here. This is the problem. I feel like I need like 2 more screens so I can see everything. You know what I mean? Things get messy. No, it's all good, buddy. We've kind of got you. So I don't know why it always does this. Tip list. See, unfortunately, it does just kind of cuts it off. How can I actually see the whole amount here? God damn, it's hot in here right now. Do. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can actually see the entirety of... Ah, there we go. Okay, I've got it. I've got the whole message now. Thank you so much, Melkcell. Apologies. Sorry, buddy. All right, okay. We've got the whole message now. It's all good. We'll start this again. Let's get this up and running. So you've bought all of the light seed bundles except for gas because just Plo Koon and 5s is not worth $50. I agree. I assume you already had Negotiator at 7 stars. You finished Profundity last week and you're currently finishing Trench and Stap, have both of their Datacrons, and then maybe Nihilus for a Traya team, then you guess Jabba. Okay, cool. Let's check you out. Love checking you out, buddy. So when we're looking at the GLs, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're missing 2. You're missing Jabba and you're missing Lord Vader. Maybe you just don't like those dark side GLs, huh? Maybe you just don't like those dark side GLs. The Jedi offense datacron on JML is disgusting. It really is. Especially if you've got like 100% protection. Because that makes him clap. You don't have his ultimate yet, but they're wrecking everything. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yeah, Jedi offense with percentage and offense is insane. It really is. Like, I think mine's like 98.9% extra protection, which is not the highest. And I've got that. No, I think I don't have the 100% damage on the level 6. I've got the no revive cron level 6 because I feel like that's more worthwhile. Preventing people from coming back is just huge, especially when you do like 140,000 damage on the call to assist. So, you were talking about potentially getting Traya. I'm kind of cool with that. I hate the fact that you have 6 GLs and one of them isn't Jabba. That's a little bit painful, okay? Just because he's so valuable. There we go. Perfect height. Perfect height for having a cuddle. Okay, so you said you were thinking about potentially going after... I want to say you said you were going after Nihilus for your Traya team. Is that right? Nihilus for Traya, then you guess Jabba. Jabba definitely before Lord Vader. That's one thing that I will say right off the gate, right off the bat. Nihilus up to relic levels will help. You don't necessarily need Darth Sion unless you're going into 5v5s. It gets a little bit iffy to fill out a Traya team without Sion in 5s. But in 3v3, you can certainly go Traya, Nihilus, Savage, right? I totally did that in the wrong order. Traya, Nihilus, Savage. There we go. You've got the Omni, you've got the Omni. You just need a little bit of loving on that Nihilus. I'm on board with that. One character to get yourself a really useful team. Still has a lot of viability to this day. I'm on board with it. Do it. Definitely. When we're looking at fleet, how we're looking on capital ships, Executor is done. Profundity is done. Do we think... Oh, and Leviathan is done. Oh, you're in good standing, mate. You're in good standing for fleets. Let's check out the Empire. For the Empire. Before the dark days. Before the Empire. Yep. We are obviously missing the Scythe to make this team really click. You know, really clickety-clack. Microchips. How are your Inquisitors looking, good sir? Is it just a case of you do not have the Scythe? Or is it a case of you do not have Inquisitors? You don't have the Inquisitors. Jabba Rex are pure trash. Greedo, Mob Enforcer, Gamguard, Jawa, and Tuscans. I'm not saying you're wrong, but there are trash farms for every GL. There are trash characters in every farm, really. Jabba is still more valuable than basically anything else. It's like, who cares if he's got some trash farms? You know what I mean? Yeah, Sion, I feel like Sion needs an Omicron. I feel like Sion, in particular, needs a GAC Omicron to make him desirable. If they want to make it a TW1, they can, I guess. But I just think Sion needs that little bit of extra loving. You know? He needs a little bit of extra cushion. All right. Yeah, hang on, let me refresh again. You said something about Datacrons. Currently finish off Trench and Stap. Okay, good. So, Stap over here. Okay, finishing off, you mean you're farming him? That's fine. Trench is decent. Like, I think Trench is wildly underrated. He could do some really good stuff, especially with his Datacron. right? He does require investment. If you want to get really good investment out of him in TW, he does need Omicrons as well. So keep that in mind. Stap, also really, really good in a GG team currently, especially with the Datacron. Again, does really need the Zeta and the Omicron to really clap cheeks, but definitely worth getting. Definitely worth getting. So one to consider. One to consider. I'm on board with this. If you want to invest in this, you be my guest, buddy. You go balls deep. Go balls deep, buddy. You have my permission. Farming step. Got you, Melkazell. Good business, man. Good business. And it really does hurt. It's very painful, isn't it? When you have to sacrifice all of your signal data farming for it. I went through it myself recently. I've just got my stap at the beginning of double drops. And those weeks leading up to it were painful. Very painful. Yes, so your fleet game is pretty much tied up. Obviously, it would be good for you to get Inquisitors eventually. Get that Reaver unlocked makes a big difference to your account at this point, and being able to have that sort of last additional fleet game, you know, getting the Scythe out. Do you have all the shards for the Scythe? Are you just missing the Grand Inquisitor unlock to get Scythe? 4 months until Reaver. Gotcha. Missing just one Proving Grounds for the Scythe? Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's not like you're gonna, you know, one Proving Grounds is in this at this time like 3 weeks away, right? So it's not like you'll have the Scythe after you've unlocked GI. You're not going to be getting GI based on how far along your Inquisitors are currently. It's not like the hold up here is you need to have additional Scythe shards, right? Because these still need a whole bunch of signal data, a whole bunch of Kyrotech as well. I'm assuming you're still farming the shards on these guys though, right? Hey Jitty, how you doing today, buddy? So whilst this might not be the priority for you right now, it is definitely something to consider, especially if you're getting all of the Reaver shards to unlock Reaver in about 4 months' time. You definitely want to try to align it so that your Inquisitors are ready and up and running, because Reaver is just that good, mate. She's just that good. Farming, not gearing. I get it. Yeah, except Second Sister, which you brought to gear 11 for the ship ability. That makes sense. That makes sense, but, you know, without the Scythe, I suppose it's still useful. I suppose it's still useful to be able to get that first reinforcement right out of the gate. If you've got TIE Defender, it's still good. Pelodox, don't bother putting your ally code inside the chat here. We use a form. And I'm not going to be doing any more roster reviews after this one, as it is too late for me. You'll have to come back next Tuesday, buddy. You'll have to come back next Tuesday, unless we try to get a couple of roster reviews in on Thursday to try and top up the old Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi fund to see if we can get, you know, maybe something a little bit extra there. Farm them, not gearing. My Marauder is also trash, except mirrors, you can't beat Leviathan. But, you know, the Levy mirror is very, very reliable, right? So, at least going in with the triple attacker that I use, you know, so you go in with the Interceptor and you go in with this Fighter and the Fury class Interceptor. Going with that 3 there, it's like a 90% win ratio. So that's not too bad. It just means you always need to have that fleet available to you on offense, right? But yeah, that's okay. Like, your fleet game is still pretty good. Obviously, having that Chimera team finalized and finished out and having Profundity at 7 stars will help, but that's something that you can build out over time. Lord Vader would be good just for the Marauder benefit over to your Negotiator. It does transform the team. It takes it up that next level quite significantly. Something to consider long-term, but at your point when you're at 9.5, it's where you start thinking about the sort of long-term goals here. I definitely think that Jabba is and should be your #1 priority right now. Would you say get Jar Jar or finish Jabba? Both require the same amount of gear to finish up. What's the timeline, Bezad? Let's see what you're missing over here. I don't know if you are thinking about getting the Gungans up, Melkacel. I don't know how hard your guild is going to be pushing on the new raid. If your guild is super focused on the new raid, then you do need to consider it. Afra, backburn her completely. Hey, Sergeant Cooker, how you doing? Probably 3 months from now for Gungans. Depends how much you value getting Jar Jar. He's coming back in 3 months. Can you wait 3 months or can you wait 6 months? Slowly farming Boss Nass, single refresh. Okay, so like the slow farm on Boss Nass won't get you ready for the next time Jar Jar comes back. Is that a deal breaker for you, Milkcell? Because if you really need to get Jar Jar on the first return, you'll probably have to at least double refresh on the Gungans. No worries, Bedard. Welcome back, Amy. I'm just about to wrap up over here. It's not a deal breaker. You still have other projects. Okay, so fine. If you can wait 6 months for Jar Jar, if you're okay with that, then absolutely back burner them. Obviously, they are going to be pivotal in the new raid. So you will suffer in the short term, and so will the rest of the guild, for that matter. But who knows? Maybe there are plenty of teams to do decent damage in this new raid without the need for Jar Jar and the Gungans. Are you red boxing Conquest as well? I'm really hoping that CG doesn't make Ki-Adi-Mundi one of the required characters for this raid, because that is going to unduly punish people that missed out on the GOTB era. You get Quad May next Conquest, so rely on that for the raid? Yep, that's fair. You'll just have to go really hard on Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Kenobi when he comes out. Let's check out the Separatists. Of course, you said you are finishing off Stap. What the hell was that? What the fuck? Testing, testing. Sorry about that, guys. Definitely something went wrong with the software then. I had high-pitched shrieking noise in my ear. I hope it didn't come through on the stream as well. But it definitely cut out my mic as well. You're okay spending a little bit for Padawan Obi-Wan if you'll be good? I think you will be, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, okay, so I definitely think you don't have to worry so much about Gungans. I'd definitely say try to be ready for Jar Jar in 6 months' time, Melkicel. You can probably pass up. Just do the slow farm on all the Gungans when they come out. Obviously, don't miss them. As soon as they become farmable, you should be farming those shards. You know, probably do one single refresh on each of them if they're all hard node farms. If they're Cantina farms, I would still keep up the triple refresh on that to make sure you power through. But other than that, you know, I think you're in good position. You're in good position. You've got a solid roster for 9.5 mil. You're basically done with all the GLs. You've got all the capital ships, so that's good. Just got to try and fit in that Inquisitor farm in the next 4 months as well. So you got a busy plan ahead of you, but your roster is solid. You don't have a lot of bloat. You've got some good characters, and you have red boxing Conquest. So you're doing something right. Datacrons are also good. Datacrons are always good. I love Datacrons. Yeah, you got a lot of investment here on Datacrons. What's that? That's about 13 Datacrons, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 level 9 Datacrons. Not bad, buddy. Not bad. I like it. Oxlane, yeah, right? Would double refreshing for Gungans be good enough to get them by the time they come back in 3 months? It would be close, Bezad. It would be close. You'd be cutting it fine depending on how soon or late Jar Jar comes back. So if you're comfortable potentially, you know, throwing some additional crystals at them towards the end of it, in stuff like weekly shipments, because they'll normally go to weekly shipments right before the return of his event, then yeah, sure. Double refresh should be okay. I prefer to be on the safe side. Look at the other set. Right. Definitely focused a little bit more on the escalating conflict one. A couple more refreshes, but you got all the... Look at this. You got Holdo, you got Bane, you got Sidious, you got Finn, you got Spy, you got Rey, you got Cal, you got... You know, Keller and Beck, you got Ki-Adi-Mundi, even though you can't use that one necessarily. You know, you're looking good. You're looking good on the Crons. I think we won't get the last Gungan in the 6 month time frame, but maybe they'll do some double drops then. They might do. I think that the last Gungan is going to be available to farm in a couple of weeks, a few weeks. But yeah, we're expecting Tarples to go live this week, basically. You're missing Kit Fistu and Dooku. Yeah, yeah. I think I've got like 19 level 9s, something like that. I don't know, something like that. All right, I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Going to wrap it up, and we are going to raid out to somebody. It's been a lot of fun. Look, we managed to get up to $50 for the old Padawan Obi-Wan fund. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate your kind donations. It shall all be going towards Padawan Obi-Wan. We'll get the marquee pack, and then I guess I get $20 worth of crystals and try our luck on wailing on him. Let's see who's live right now. Let's see who's live right now. Live in the world of... Oh, I'm sorry, Moroke. I'm sorry, buddy. Alas, it is late for me now. Alas, it is late for me. And I have work in the mañana. Mañana por la mañana. I can see that JJ Production... I mean, he's not playing any Swugger games, but we'll go send you over to JJ anyway, guys. Those wonderful people on YouTube, where are you getting to go, you lucky devils? Where are you getting to go, you lucky, lucky devils? Nooch too good. Alright, guys. It's been a lot of fun. I shall see you all tomorrow, where we'll start having some additional fun, I guess. I mean, it's going to be GAC attack phase tomorrow, so why not? Peace out. Big love. May the force be with you all. I'll see you soon.